Cerise, and this is my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm on my terrace. Some of you guys might remember when I used to do terrace talk when the world issues first started. And that was in Chetamicos, Los Chetamicos, where I live now, but down the street a little bit. And I had a terrace and I used to film everyone. At that time, there were a lot of walking by. At this time, there's not really much to film off my terrace, but it is nice and quiet, and it is a good day for me just to chill out. I just am chilling today at home. Okay, so lots of exciting things have been happening. Thank you so much for a lot of you guys that have been contacting me through WhatsApp and asking me if I'm okay. I am okay. I am. I did have a little like common cold for about a week. I was down and out, took very good care of myself. Some of you guys saw my live to air from Goddess Lounge when I was there, and I was coughing, and I was like, I'm going home. And I went home and I took about I don't know, maybe 6 days off from doing a video, 7 days off. And I still worked as soul coach because that's what I do. And, but I even didn't even write anything. I just spoke to clients, didn't even do any consultations for Dominican people coming here. I just focused on my soul coaching and reorganized myself and tried to get as healthy as I could in regards to this common cold. And it was a common cold, for those of you who may be wondering if it's the other C word, and it's not. Again, it lasted for about a week. And I want you guys to know that, and this is just the opening of the video, guys. I'm going to be getting into the topic soon. 5 facts about the Dominican Republic that I want you guys to know. But I also want you guys to know, when you do get here, we do have something called gripe season. And around the world, in Canada anyway, I can only speak for it because I'm Canadian, we call it the common cold season, or the F word season, which I don't want to say that word right now because it's getting flagged on every single video right now. So, we'll call it SLU, but put an F in front of it, right? How about that? I'm gonna be a little creative. Ken's with me today, guys, my buddy. I'm gonna be making some fish today on the Barbie and some grilled vegetables as well. We're gonna be doing that right after we finish this video. But yeah, this is what I want you guys to do during cold season, okay? When you guys get a cold, you guys are here in the Dominican Republic. You have many options. There's many over-the-counter stuff, but you can also go, you don't need a doctor's note. If you know what antibiotics work for you, like let's say you're a person that gets sinusitis or something of that nature, you just go get the antibiotic that works for you from the pharmacy, and you don't need a prescription from a doctor, okay? Just to let you guys know that, but don't play with your health either. Just know what to get, okay? Like for instance, usually when I was in Canada, I would get sinusitis a lot, right? When I would get a common cold, it would automatically turn into that. And it happened here once when I got here a few years ago. But the other, couple of weeks ago when I had my cold, it was so well maintained. I took something called Tapsine, and I would say it's the equivalent of Tylenol cold and flu. Oh, I just said the F word. Slew. It's slew. Tylenol, cold and slew, and the next Geraldo. All right. So, that's pretty much what happened. I took Tapsine, and I want you guys to get your hands on this. Go to the pharmacy. It's not an antibiotic. It is literally in a little package. You can buy one or you can buy 10. And Tapsine is spelled Tapcin. There's Tapsine Noche, like Noche is in my dog for nighttime. And it puts you to sleep, and it's an amazing thing. Like I was so common cold out that I had toilet paper up my nose, and I was sleeping with my mouth open. Like I was like, I reminded myself when I was like 5 years old, and Tapsine Noche worked for me, but then I got a little bit of phlegm, a tiny little congestion, and I went to Tapsine Phlegm and decongestion, and it was amazing. And then I took some cough syrup. That was the most amazing cough syrup ever, because I cough and cough. I'm a cougher when I get a common cold, and it's the most amazing cough syrup. Actually, it's so important for me because, guys, my cold was gone within like a week, and I still was coughing. I'm still coughing a little bit, you know what I mean, every now and again when I laugh a lot and everything. But I want to go get this cold because I still have some left. But I just want to show you guys what it looks like. So when you are here, and if your children have any type of a cough or you have a cough, I want you to see what the locals take here and what they consider the best thing here, because no one showed me until I had this cold. I've had a cold here a couple of times before, like I said, and a few people were just like, okay, go, they got me this, they got me that. It just didn't work. But this, I was told twice during this cold that that's the best stuff. Let me go get the jar because I don't know how to pronounce it very well. And I do want you guys to have it for when you come down here as a single person, couple, or family. Hold on one second. Why are you running? Okay, so here we go, guys. It's right here. Now you can get it in two colors, but this one's plus Resfidel, but they call it Jarobe. See? Jarobe, they call it. So you want to look for Jorabe, okay, or Resfrido. The top name is what it's called, but there's a little word right here in white, and that's what the locals call it. Get some of this in you when you have a cold, and beat it, beat it. Yes, and you can beat it. Look, I got my best buddy now getting in on the songs. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I took a lot of time off and it felt so good. Now my voice right now may sound a little raspy. Well, that's because I went out the other night and we were laughing and carrying on, and it kind of gave me a setback, right? But again, today I'm taking care of myself and staying at home and drinking some coffee and my nice Canadian bubba. For those of you who don't know, that's where I'm from, Canada. And I'd like to say thank you to L&D for this gift about 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago. And I'd also like to say right now, before I even go and pick up the package, I have someone that sent me a message on WhatsApp the other day and said, Cerise, I'm sending you a package from Amazon. What's your address? So I have an address here, right? I have a post office box in Florida. And I'm going to be bringing you guys tomorrow when I go pick up the package in Florida. I'm joking. Just waking some of you guys up, that's all. Stay alert, because I'm going to talk about EPS in a second, and that's important. And again, I'm not even into the video yet. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to take you guys with me, not on a live to air, but because I can't go into EPS with the camera, but I'm going to show you outside EPS. I'm going to show you when I get my package and everything, and I'm going to explain way more about that to you. But tomorrow I'm getting a package, and I just wanted to say thank you to someone for sending me white cheese popcorn via Amazon. Isn't that something? Smart Pop. I love it. I love it. And he's like, I'm sending it to you. I'm like, everyone keeps telling me to order it for myself because they're like, well, Cerise, if you love it so much, and I haven't done it. But now that he has done it for me, I'm like, well, that's pretty darn easy. I'm going to do it now. And again, I'm going to show you guys about it. Okay, let me look at some of these messages before I get into the topic today, because I have 5 important facts about the Dominican Republic that I think some of you guys will enjoy when you come here, to know before you come. But also, if you are here right now, it can help you a little bit as well. Okay? So, I got some new lenses. Some makeup too, guys. Does my makeup look kind of dark today? My makeup's been looking dark lately. It's looking kind of dark. Oh, thank you. All right, so we have in the house, we have Keith, Hannah. Hola, hola, amor. We have Patricia. I am glad you are better, Cerise. Thank you, love. Stevie T. Hiya, honey. Hola, baby. And we have Artie. Hey, Cerise, glad you're doing better now. We have missed you. Thank you so much, Artie. And thank you, Artie, for the WhatsApp message. You were one of the people that did shout at me and said to me, hey, are you okay? Everything all right? and I think that's beautiful. So thank you very much. God bless you. All righty, guys. So Five cool things about the Dominican Republic that I love. Well, five facts that I have really experienced and learned to accept a couple of them. Okay, but also let me just start from the top. I have five. So number one that I think is important is being here when you first get here. People ask me, Cerise, even some before you guys get here, you'll be like, how do I do my residency? Because maybe you've been here before and you know you like the Dominican Republic, or maybe you've watched a lot of videos from a lot of vloggers and people that we've interviewed as well, and you're convinced that this is a place for you. And you're like, I just need to know how I can stay longer. And this is the way you can stay longer, and a lot of the things that people do here. We have something here in the Dominican Republic called exit taxes, overstay taxes. And that means essentially what it sounds like. You overstayed your vacation, okay? What you expected to be here, okay? But you didn't overstay your welcome. You will not be stopped in the streets by any police at all and asked for your passport. No police officer will stop you unless you are doing something shady and you're bringing attention to yourself that is questionable. Then they will stop you. We have three main police officers here, and we have one designated specifically for tourists, and that's called Cestur. Cestur. If you ever need anything in the streets, go up to them. You could be a vacation overload. You could be here for 3 years, and don't be afraid. They're not going to say, how long have you been here for? Who are you staying with? Why are you here? No, especially here in Cabarete and Sosua, where tourists are free to leave and walk around anywhere. It's actually geared towards tourist lifestyle here in the Dominican Republic of the North Coast in Sosua, the main city, Puerto Plata. Okay, so you do not have to worry. It's one of the most beautiful things. Now, you may worry still after being here for a month and think, oh my gosh, come on, that can't be real. Like overstay taxes, like there's got to be some law, right? All you have to do is go on the internet. When the video's done here, do your research. I also have a video on overstay taxes, and it is well documented on the internet of how much you will have to pay depending on how much time you have spent here. Okay? So if you spent a month, you may have to spend $50 when you're leaving. And it goes up, I think, by every 3 months. So 3 months to 6 months to 9 months to a year, and it's a very reasonable price. And it's a way for you to be here. Now, if you are really worried still, then just go to the Haiti border for 24 hours and then turn back into here. When you're at the Haiti border, it's not so dangerous, so I heard. I'm not telling you to do this, but I'm just telling you what I've heard some people do. And this is something that I considered doing when I first got here years ago. I was like, I'll just go over to Haiti. Like, why am I going to take a plane back to Canada when I can just take a bus into Haiti and also look at Haiti? But excuse me, some different political things started to go on in Haiti that gets around the world, and we don't even know if half of it's true. But most of my friends that do visit Haiti from here tell me that, yeah, there are some parts that are questionable when it comes to politics and stuff, but then there are some parts that are actually quite beautiful, and the beaches are gorgeous, and the people are just as wonderful. The Haitians are just as wonderful as they are here, okay, in the Dominican Republic. So if that is a choice that you are willing, an option that you're willing to choose, then you can do that as well without having to take a flight off the Dominican, like off this island at all. Because for those of you who don't know, Haiti and the Dominican Republic are all one island, but under different governments. Okay, so that's another option that you can do.
$250 per year.
$250 per year. So if someone is here for 1 year and they get to the airport, you have your overstay taxes, Ken just said to me, is $250 a year. Now, some of you guys who are tuned in right now, you guys can double check that as well on the internet, because you might not be staying a year. You might be like, well, a month or 3 months. You want to know how much it's going to be, right? So you can definitely do that. That's one of the points that I really do love here. Another thing that would also fall under that point, okay, would be so this is not a second point. This is another thing that would fall under that tourist point. Aside from not being stopped on the streets, aside from over stay taxes, aside from having our own tourist police here, you can also homeschool your children. No problem. They even have, Ken and I were just discussing this as well. And right now, with the issues of the world, the school system here is on television. So, and the kids, they do everything via the television or the computer, right? They're not in school right now. So, at least as far as I know, my friends' children are not in school. And they have educational programs on the television here. So if you want to homeschool your children, you have the freedom to do that. In Canada, we have something called the Children's Aid Society. And if your child is missing from school, then they do a welfare check to see. But if your child is away from school for too long, you have to get permission from the school what you're going to teach your child if you want to do homeschooling, because you have to do the same curriculum. Now, I even heard, and I'm not so sure because I'm not American, but I heard even in America now, they're trying to prevent people from doing homeschooling. I heard this about 2 years ago. I don't know how true it is, but you guys can do the research on that as well. But here you can homeschool. And what I love really about here as well, even if you don't want to homeschool, there are great academies for children here. Like there's one off the top of my head that I know about and I can attest to because I did visit the grounds, is called Isla Academy, ISLA. And the principal, the dean, the owner, his name is Sean, and he's quite a bohemian dude. Like he's a cool dude, and I think you should even just check him out because he has traveled the world and he does offer the children there amazing benefits. There are international children that are like half German, half Haitian, half Dominican, half Italian, half Canadian, American. There's so many different mixtures of children in that school, and they're all so happy, and the freedom that they have is amazing. And it's located right here in Sosua in a little beach area called Playa Laguna. Again, Isla Academy. Ask for Sean and tell him that I sent you. You pay a yearly tuition or maybe a 6-month tuition, depending on how long you're here. I don't know what the prices are, but check out my video as well. I have a video. I forget what I named it, but if I happen to find it, I will put it down in the description. If I don't find it because I get so busy, and one of you guys happen to find it first, can you please put it in the comments? Thank you. Now, aside from that, right, homeschooling your children, vaccinations. You don't have to vaccinate your child here as well. Okay, it's up to you. So that's something that you might want to consider too if you are a person that's not into all that. There's a V word I shouldn't have said in this video. There's a lot of words getting flagged these days, guys. So, okay, now, just when it comes to the beaches, a lot of you guys are beach bunnies, beach babies. You love the beaches. There are a lot of secluded beaches here, a lot of private beaches here, and a lot of public beaches here. Now, secluded beaches are public, obviously, but they're so secluded that they are pretty much untouched. So you may find shells there. You may be able to do a little fishing there, especially if it's one in Cabarete where you're going to have the river that meets the ocean and you can actually see where they meet. It's so beautiful. They also have that right here in Los Charamicos. There's a river that runs just before the sea, but in Cabarete, they actually kind of run into each other, and it's such a beautiful look. That's a very secluded beach. I can give you guys the directions there if you want to take your woman there. There's a restaurant close to there as well. So that's my description of a secluded beach. Not many people. There's not vendors. You're not going to find a vendor or people walking on the beaches trying to sell you anything at all. You're not going to find a beach chair available to you. You cannot buy anything on that beach. Absolutely nothing. It's barren. There's water and sand. And then again, there's one restaurant across the water, but you even have to take a boat there. So that's one of the secluded beaches, and it's beautiful. But Cabarete has a lot of secluded beaches going along Route 5. Now, Sosua has a lot of nice beaches as well. Some of them are private as well. And just like Cabarete and private, by what I mean by about that is it's probably owned by a hotel or a resort, like they happen to just have that property, so yeah, private is private. It belongs to a resort or maybe to a private person. And then there's public beaches, and there's a lot of them here. Like there's Playa Chiquita, there's Playa Alicia, there's Playa Sosua, there's Puerto Chiquito. Oh wow, right down here in Los Charamicos, there's a beach with a fishing port. So if you're a fisher person, a fisherman, or a fisherwoman, you can come on down here and go fishing. And straight up, let me know, because I will help you out with that 100%. I would love to. Guys, that's an amazing connection that I have, and a lot of you guys truly are people who are avid fishermen. There's also Rio San Juan as well. Okay, now I have the hookup, but I don't have the hookup. You know what I mean? I can take you guys to the port, and you guys do the rest. You talk to the other fishermen, and they'll take you out 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and you pay them whatever they think is fair. You know what I mean? You going out as their guest. And that's now there is another guy that I know. Sorry for digressing on fishing right here, but there's another guy that I know named Goldie, and he actually has a fishing shop in his family, and he's offered to take me up on my offer to go out 4 o'clock in the morning with all his fishermen right here in Sosua Bay. But I haven't made it. And that was like for the last 2 years. Him and I have been talking about that. But I'm going to do that for you fishermen. For you guys who are fishers and you really do want me to go do that excursion, give me a little inspiration. Leave it down in the comments, and I'll get my butt up 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go out fishing. Okay. So the beaches. So the first thing like the beaches is also part of the whole tourism as well. Now I want to get to another point. Where is my cell? Another one I actually wrote down points for you guys on these, but there's a few of them off the top of my head. I just want to make sure that the visa rules I have followed right now, okay? Nobody's going to bother you on the street. We have tourist police, homeschooling, perfect. The beaches, perfect. All right. Now, another thing that I really found interesting about here was my own interaction with people, okay? When I got here, I immediately dove into the Dominican culture. I was in Bate, and I was going to like the expat restaurants, I guess you can call it, the foreigner restaurants, and there were a lot of foreigners there. And then I met someone who was a Dominican, and 2 weeks later, bam, I was in the Dominican culture. And 2 weeks after that, for a whole month, I stayed in an Airbnb here. After that month, I moved out to the countryside with this person that I met. Everything was really quick, very passionate, very rapid. Boom, 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 boom. And I loved everything about being here. And I trusted my life here, going out to the countryside, out of a gated community, and being with the Dominicans. And I really learned a lot, and it was a beautiful experience, and I still do that, and I don't opt for anything else. Yes, I have lived in a gated community, excuse me, and it's not something that I prefer. I don't need it. Okay, a gated community, for those of you who do know, is a place where you might have a house with a private pool. I did a video about that. It's the video before this one. I did it, I think yesterday I put it up or something like that. So you guys check out that video. But I will go a little bit more into detail right now because, where I live, it is what's considered the neighborhood, and someone named Big J I forget the numbers behind your name, but you said it's all good in the hood, and it is all good in the hood here. Excuse me, guys, my voice is getting raspy again, but it is all good in the hood here. Like where I live in the Dominican neighborhood. I love living in the Dominican neighborhood. I don't try to change the Dominicans at all. I love their culture. I love that everything closes down between 11:30 and 2 o'clock. Sometimes it's not always those hours. Sometimes they close down for a half an hour. Sometimes they close down for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It really depends on the business and where they're at. Not every business does it. But here, if they're not selling you food at lunchtime, because Dominican lunches are very important, if they're not selling you food and they're like, let me give you an example, jewelry store, and they know that they're not going to get any customers at lunchtime, they're going to close up and go home too, but they will reopen around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Okay, so expect that to happen here. But I'm going to give you guys a little example of something that, and I'm not going to knock this person because I know this person will probably watch the video. So sorry, but I'm just going to use you as an example. Okay, so, and the reason why is because it's a little bit, it's tenfold. It has so many different folds to it, right? So, you guys, a gentleman came here to stay in my building, and he's on the front road of the building. So there's a lot of motor conchos and a lot of noise. It takes a very special person to be able to live here in the culture. And if you don't have the patience, and if you don't have the willingness or the open-mindedness to be with the culture and center and align yourself with the energy and the noise and the smells of the food and, the laughter and the language, then you may have a difficult time adjusting in a neighborhood, a natural Dominican neighborhood. You may have a difficult time adjusting. Now, that's not to say that you should give up on it, especially if you do appreciate culture and you do appreciate good smelling food. Like, I can't even tell you how good it smells in the streets when it is lunchtime, or even when, the motor conchos are out there and everything is bustling and hustling. And I love the noises. And when my neighbors are playing music, I enjoy it. Excuse me, they don't play it until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but this is what happened. So a new neighbor came. Now, he contacted me. He wanted the apartment, and but someone else, I had already let the apartment go to another guy who decided to sublease the apartment. So now he has it as an Airbnb. Okay, so I sent my client to him. And I said, okay, here's a client for you. He wants to stay for a month. So this guy said, okay. I don't know if you guys are catching me, okay? There's an apartment am I making sense? There's an apartment in my building. It was available. Someone asked me, Cerise, I need an apartment because I want to make an Airbnb with it. And I said, I got a place here. The next day after I gave the place to this dude, another person contacted me and said, Cerise, I want a place. And I said, well, I have a place available in my apartment, but I have to hand you over to the landlord, right? The sub landlord or whatever, right? So I handed him over to that guy. Now, I didn't know that the guy came early at all, right? So I was speaking to the landlord about something else, and the landlord, I went upstairs anyway. I knocked on the door, and the guy answered the door, right? When he answered the door, he filled me in on his first night. It was his first night or 2 nights he was here. And that's how quiet it is in our building here. Like, I didn't even know anyone moved in upstairs, much less my client, right? And so, but again, remember, guys, this was just last week when I was taking the week off. So I'm pretty sure they notified me, but I was just not working with anything except my soul coaching. So he said to me when I was upstairs, Cerise, there was a lot of noise last night. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, it's the Dominican Republic, it's the hood. And he's like, yeah, but that window right there, there's like Haitian boys. This is a Black American man. Okay, so he's not being racist, if you guys are wondering, but he said, there's Haitian boys up on that roof, and they can see in my window, and they're playing music all night long. Now, at first, I was like, oh, no, we're not going to have that. right? Because that's those same little boys are the ones that came in here the other day. So I was pissed. Excuse my language. Try to keep it PG, but I like those little boys again. We're not gonna have that. So I used my own experience to I don't know, not revenge, but for me to prove my point to the owner of the building. This is not our building. This is the building over that this client upstairs was complaining about. So I went to the owner of the building and I said, yeah, so you see those little boys that are in your building, they're starting up again. Like I didn't say it like that. I was actually pretty professional about it. And I just said, they're playing music and they're bothering my client 11 o'clock at night. And the guy said to me, okay, I'll make sure I tell them. So then that was it. The next day is when it hit me that the guy upstairs, the client, sorry, I love you. I think you're a sweetheart when I met you, honestly, but I'm just saying it straight. And we all need to know this around the world before we come here and attempt to live in a neighborhood that is the native neighborhood and try to change things for our liking. It's not cool. And this is when it hit me. The next day when he left me a text message because I checked on him, make sure everything's okay. I'm not sure, or he maybe left me a message, right? And he's like, I just want to let you know they were there again last night playing music again. And at that point, I flipped. At first, I was like all on his side about it. I'm like, no way, you're paying your rent here. You should be allowed to have your peace of mind, blah, 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 right? Especially the businesswoman in me. But then wait, no, 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 no. God touched my heart. And I was able to sleep on that. And I was able to meditate on it. And I said to myself, no, no, no. This is not your country. This is not your culture. You chose to move into the barrio, into the hood. You should be loving that music, and those little boys are keeping out of trouble by staying on that roof. It is a curfew here in the Dominican Republic, 10 o'clock at night during the week, but we can be in the house at 12 o'clock. If those little boys are playing music on the roof at 11 o'clock at night, on a weekend, he arrived on a weekend, okay? They should be allowed to do that. And we should honor that because they are not robbing anyone and they are not getting themselves into trouble. They are up and coming little rappers, actually. One of them asked me to be his manager before, and over and over and over again gives me respect on the street all the time, asks me if did I eat today, and at one point I'm like, why are you asking me if I ate? Of course I did. But then I realized, no, because he probably would say to me, I'll bring you something, and it wouldn't be easy for him because he is only a young guy trying to make it, probably does, and he's a Haitian guy, and he probably doesn't even have his residency here. He's probably here illegally, and he's staying up on a roof. Maybe he's sleeping there. But no, I'm going too far. I know he's not sleeping there. I know he's sleeping in an apartment across from me because there's a whole bunch of not kids, but like a family, that lives there in a small apartment. And they can't afford much more. And I'm not here to bully them. And even when that guy did jump on my balcony, one of those guys, I know they feel so bad about it. I know that they probably feel worse about it than anything because they also know that it did make me a little, careful for a few days and very insecure for a week or two, and I think that they realized that they didn't want to traumatize me. But he didn't jump on my balcony because he was trying to get me or rob me or anything like that. He was running because he hit his girlfriend and he knew he did wrong. So that's who we have right here in this hood where I'm located. And it's called family. It's called togetherness. And there's one person that made a comment on my video yesterday. If you guys go into the comments on my video yesterday, again, about living in a gated community or a Dominican neighborhood. And he said, you can live in the neighborhood, but be ready for the noise. Excuse me. And here we are right now in the neighborhood. Okay. What noise have you heard? Well, if you were in Ken's apartment across the hall, you would swear that he is in the street. because he leaves me messages sometimes, and he has his balcony window open, and he's just chilling in his living room, and I could swear he's walking outside because I can hear all of the traffic on the front road, and there is a lot. This is a busy area, Los Charamicos. We live in a neighborhood, a busy neighborhood, and it is just what it is, right? And we have to accept it if we want to move here, and we're going to get more reasonable rent, and we're going to live within the culture, and we're going to be accepted by the natives, and we're also going to live a beautiful life of freedom and live in paradise. Then we have to accept that there's always some type of a, other, like the Bible says, where there is negative, there too lies positive. Where there's positive, there too lies negative. And we want to be aligned. Not everything can be positive all the time, but I can bet your bottom dollar when you do move in the neighborhood, and if you happen to get a back apartment the way I have, because I face the water, you will feel like you're living in luxury. You will feel like you are living in paradise if you are a person that can't handle a lot of street noise. But most likely you are going to hear the neighbors on the building next to you or the other building next to you. Okay, I have two buildings next to me. Over here, there's mostly Dominicans. I think there's about 6 apartments. They're not always noisy, but on weekends, they do have friends to visit and stuff of that nature. I turn my television up, straight up, and they're right here. That's it. They're not bothering me, because guess what? When I'm ready to have my party, turn it up. That's it. Straight up. And not only that, sometimes they play music that they know I'm gonna like. Like they'll play, like if they hear me play, I don't like Justin Bieber. I like Justin Bieber, holy, 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 I'm running to the altar like a track star. You know that song? Well, I love that song, and I heard them playing that for me one day, and I'm saying playing for me, but no, they weren't playing it for me. They probably heard me playing it, and they're like, well, that's a hot tune. Sometimes I hear them playing songs in Spanish, and I play those songs, you know what I mean? And so we go back. Yeah, Maxwell. There's a perfect one. Ken and I were over here and we're chilling. Ken's like, you know what? Put some Maxwell on. All of a sudden, I'm hearing soft, slow songs next door. So this is it's the crosses of the beautiful cultures here in this area. And if you are coming with a matrix mentality, let me know, and I can get you an Airbnb in the expat community where you can stay for like a good month first, right? And then come here and visit, for a few days. Walk down here, see if you do feel safe in the neighborhood. This guy was afraid upstairs, and that's the reason why I think at first my heart went out to him, because he was really, and he's a really sweet dude. Like, he was a really sweet, you met him, right? Mm-hmm. Really sweet guy. Just admires him. He looks like a banker, right?
It didn't seem like he was from where we're from.
Right. He looks like a banker. He's a brother, but he looks like a banker. So he said that they were looking in his window, and they're not looking in his window to look in his window. When you arrive here, you're going to see people will look at you for a good while, especially if you're coming into the hood here, because they're going to be like, what do you want here? What gringo wants to move to the hood? But if you get a place like mine, I can show you my apartment right now, but I'm afraid that it's going to get choppy. I'm going to show you anyway. Hold on one second. Let me show you my apartment. Just so for those of you who are watching right now and you never watched before, and you're like, the hood, well, what do apartments in the hood look like? Let me show you what apartments in the hood look like. Let me turn the camera around first of all. Right, okay, so let me get the camera all ready here. Hold on one second. Okay. I guess I can just bring this whole thing right here. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Look at this. There is Sosua Bay right there. Like, that is a beach. Sorry, I missed my microphone there. So that's the beach right there, guys, right? And right here is a gated community. Those people are leaving right now because they're renting for the day. So those all those villas across there are available for rent. But this is my terrace. You know what? Hold on. Let me turn the camera a little bit because the ring is in the way. This is my terrace. Oh, guys, I did my terrace over a little bit. Look at my Bob Marley area. For those of you guys who do watch me, look at this, my Bob Marley meditation area. And no, that's not a Bob Marley plant. That is a papaya plant. His name is Abdullah, as I got him from the owner. His name's Abdullah. So I redid my balcony since that guy kind of, came here. There's Ken, everyone. So this is my balcony. Now I'm going to take you into let me take you into my living room. This came furnished. Here's my living room. You might notice that there's some discoloration on those two cushions and that cushion. Well, I'm going to wash them. There's the cushions right there. I had to wash them. Okay, so let me just turn around so I can give you the view. I don't want to move too quickly here. Okay, now it does come with a TV and cable and Wi-Fi. Okay, and this is the hood. There's bars all on the windows like that, everywhere on the windows. Now, I'm going to show you my neighbor's building, and some of you guys may be a little disturbed, but, it is a natural building that's still getting, put together. So here's my kitchen. Let me just show you guys quickly what I'm going to be cooking, what I'm going to be making for Ken. Some mixed vegetables. And let me see, hold on. I want you guys to some tuna steaks and some vegetables. Those tuna steaks I got right here in the hood, down on the port. Yes, I did. And guess what? Those are some thick tuna steaks. So here's the other part of the building outside, just to show you guys what the building on the outside looks like. On the other side, that's not my building on the other side. It's just another building that stands there, just to show you the drastic difference of my apartment being modern and that one over there, sometimes with no electricity. So you do have to be able to live and have neighbors that you might want to help every now and again. But they're so appreciative, and I'll get more into that in a second. So yeah, this is my kitchen. Okay, let me come over here so I can show you. That's my washer right there, but everything came furnished. Just the furniture on the balcony, on the terrace is mine, that's it. And this girl right here is mine too. Look, she always gets shy when I bring the camera, watch. So she's good. Now watch when I bring the camera, she's gonna pretend she's itchy, watch. Oh no, okay. And she's laying a rainbow. You're laying on a rainbow? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Here's my spare room. Now, I don't use this room for anything, but it does have a fan and also air conditioner. Well, I use it for my closet. That's what I use it for, my closet. And then across here, let me see if there's anyone out there. That's what out there looks like. Bars, and that's where the next building is. So there's bars on every single window here, okay, in the Dominican Republic most times. Now let's go into my spare bathroom, this is my guest bathroom. Now, guys, my apartment is located in a barrio, okay? It's called a barrio, meaning a natural Dominican neighborhood, okay? See, here the guys outside? That's about it. I close that window at nighttime and I'm good. Okay, now this is my bedroom right here, and it has its own washroom. Did I clean my bathroom? Let me see, because this is an impromptu video, guys. Here we go. Oh, I got some stuff hanging on the door there. Okay. All right. And again, I keep that window open, but at night I close it. And in my bedroom as well, I have air conditioner and fan. Now, this is my personal television right there. And also my linen, my personal linen, and also my personal curtains. But behind those curtains are thick curtains like these ones, so no one can see in. Okay? Now, here's my little area that I made for my YouTube videos. And we're going to go back out now to my terrace. So you see, this is an apartment in the hood. Don't you guys just love that Bob Marley area? I'm going to be doing some meditations from there soon, guys. Morning meditations on Mondays. And look, I even brought in some of the leaves from outside. They were growing, and I folded them right in here and made my own little jungle. That's it. That's it. That's what you got to do when you're living in the hood. Everything's good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, we got some fish, we got some, good life going on here. And so I just want to say to you guys, you may come here and feel like, holy smoly, macaroni, this is such a different culture. Grow with it. You can get a really nice modern apartment right here in a barrio, and it doesn't always have to be noisy. Just get an apartment in the back that faces the parking lot or something, and you'll be good. Okay? Don't be scared. Now, I will say this. Now, another point. So the first point was pretty much tourism. Second point was be like the Romans, as you are in Rome, right? So, don't complain too much when you do move into a certain area. Now, here is another thing that a lot of foreigners do when they come here, and this is a really good fact that you might want to learn from, I think. So, scenario. You are a person that lives in a gated community. Okay? You have a beautiful pool, private home, you live up in the hills, and you don't go to the hoods of the Dominican Republic very much, and you have no Dominican Republic friends. This is a real story time, actually. So, because this one is coming out, another one is coming out. I have a story time coming out tomorrow. So anyway, now imagine this scenario time. You live in a protected community. The only time you go out for dinner is when you're going to a North American restaurant, a German restaurant, an Italian restaurant. You only hang around expats. That's it. You don't know any Dominicans unless they are serving you. And I say that word serving very facetiously, like very pissy, because that's how a lot of expats act when they come here. Like they should be served. And it's like, please, you just bought a $200,000 home here that if you bought it in Canada would probably cost $800,000, and you couldn't buy it in Canada. So you did come here, and now you're acting like you are bigger than, holier than thou. How dare you? And they treat their yard people, their pool people, their maids like garbage. And I don't like that. But guess who doesn't like it more? The Dominicans that live in this area. Okay? Those pool people that clean the pools in the residential gated areas for all of us foreigners, and they do everything they can. They garden, they do everything. They're quiet, they're silent. They work and they feel fortunate to work.
Right.
They take a lot of pride in their work, and they feel so fortunate to be able to have such a reputable position, because that is a reputable position, especially if they don't speak English. They have a job where they are trusted in a villa around many, many foreigners. Sometimes, if they don't speak English, a foreigner will be like, well, why do you work here? Like, you don't speak English. They work there because that's how good they are. They don't need to speak English. They're just that good at what they do. And whoever hired them knows that. And whoever hired them actually probably speaks Spanish. And they knew that that person, they're like, yo, you don't even need to speak English, because I just know you're going to do every single thing that you need to get done to make sure we're all happy in this community, this gated community. Okay, so before you disrespect anyone because they don't speak English, think twice. And I'm not beating up on any foreigners at all. Please don't get that. I'm just trying to drive it home to you that the people who may be hurt from a lot of foreigners in those gated communities are the people that I live with here and I love very much and have accepted me here. Like a daughter, like a mother, like a sister, like a cousin, like a grandmother, like totals, everything here, so I'm just saying that that pool person or whoever that you think has a menial job, has a non-important job in your opinion, has a very important job in their opinion and in the opinion here in the neighborhood. They may be what you consider a servant in your community, your gated community, but guess what? They're the boss here. Because when they come here, they have money in their pocket. They get tips for, from some really, now let me just flip it a little bit, because there are a lot of good foreigners that come here and you guys just don't know how to stop giving. And you give, and you love, 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 and you speak Spanish, or even you don't care if there's a language barrier. You're just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And you over tip, and that's amazing. But that's why you're making them into bosses, because when they come here, they share that. When you better bet your bottom dollars, because it is horrible to be cheap in the Dominican Republic. They're not cheap with each other. They're not cheap with each other. And when a foreigner is cheap, this is what they call it. I think it's called tequila. I'm not sure, but this is what they do. That gringo, they'll do it. And when you see them doing that, they're talking about that gringo or that gringa. They're cheap. They're cheap. And what they mean is the person is not compassionate. What the person is selfish. They don't recognize the hardship of the people that are working so hard to welcome you into their country and are willing to do jobs that are less than you would do in your own country for less money than you would ever accept for anything in your life. Okay? So yeah, they do expect you to break it off a little bit every now and again, because you are living great here, right? But some foreigners, and you guys know who you are out there, wow, wow, wow. You guys come down here with gifts. You guys come down here with some beautiful, intentions. And you don't mind living here in the hood. You're very much like my buddy Ken here, who's now very much like my family. And you just come and you get around. One person said in the video that I put up yesterday, please tell us about this chicken place. So, yeah, you'll hook them up. Ken will hook you up when you get here. 25 pesos, 50 pesos for a piece of chicken, and it is big. And it is good. It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is it not?
Close.
Close? Right. He likes his wings. He's like, it's close. But hey, it's close. And for 50 cents a wing, that's not bad at all. Not a wing, a big piece of chicken. It's your choice whether you want a wing, a leg, or a thigh, or whatever it is you're getting. So yes, that's another thing. You guys may be in your gated communities. You guys are like, wow, now I can finally live like a princess or a prince or a king or a queen and have my own home and my own pool and in paradise with all these beautiful coconut trees and banana trees. And don't forget who's taking care of them. Okay, because you're going to have maybe a Haitian. Okay, But because I live in the Dominican Republic, I speak for the Dominican people. This is who has accepted me first here. And I'm just saying, like, respect the people that work for you and know that scenario one, you're driving down the street here in Los Charamicos and you're going from, not even in Los Charamicos, you're going from one of those villas over there in Bate and you're on your way to Puerto Plata and your car breaks down right here in Los Charamicos. Who's going to help you? Like, who's going to help you? There's a story time that I have coming out where a woman lived in a villa and she had a guy fired because he was offering her help. And I'm going to get into that story time another day. But she had him fired. And when her car broke down, he was the one who helped her. And she didn't even recognize him, didn't even know who he was until way after. And her car did not break down in Los Charamicos. Her car broke down in the hills of Santiago. So wait till I get to that story time. It's amazing how the Dominicans will go out of their way to help someone, even if that person did something to them that they didn't like. And so that's one thing that I will say with when you guys are here and you guys are, in a villa, just know that the workers that are working that position are very fortunate. Those are very important positions for the natives here to work in a villa, to work in a hotel, to work as anything like that. And although you may think it's a menial position, for them it's a really fortunate position because they will get tips. They will definitely get tips.
For not interacting with the natives. You're just boring.
You're just boring. Here, this is what Ken said. Listen.
You're just boring if you're not interacting with the natives, Stop trying to hide out in the gate, with security guards and, go out there, mingle with the people. Go hit the beach, get some sun on your face, eat some local food. Take the stick out your behind 'em.
Ooh, take that stick out and use it on the beach to do a little bit of limbo. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to experience the Dominican Republic unless you do it with the Dominicans and you go to the riverside and you experience a beautiful Sunday with them at the river where you are really enjoying life. Like I'm going to be doing retreats very soon like I used to do before called the Mamacita retreats, if some of you guys remember those. And I'm going to be having you guys come here and do your retreats. My focus right now is on women. And like women that are single, women that never had children, women that never married before, and they're like 40 something years old, and they have their investments and they have their homes, and they're single, they're alone, and they feel lonely and they don't know where to go or what to do. Come here. I'm in my 40s. And I already have my kids and I'm a grandmother. I'm 49. So I'm a grandmother and I already had my kids and I live a very single life here and I'm very happy. So I really want to bring my mamacitas here. I really want you guys to come here and sit down and see what it's like to live a beautiful lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys just really don't get it. And so how many points is that so far? We already did one with the tourism. We did one with being here in the hood and being one with the people and not complaining or trying to have a matrix mentality, but understanding you're in another culture and embracing it. And then also number 3, those people that are working for you, they're human. And here they are bosses. And the reason why they're bosses here is they don't come here and show off and act like, tyrants because they're making their tips. No. No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean at all. They share. They are a boss because people in the community that may be hungry, that may need a loan, that may need something, will go to that person and say, hey, do you have me for a minute? And most times that person will say yes. Not every time. Not every time are they going to talk about what tips they got and what they're doing because they have their own family that they have to grow as well. But you better believe they're saving their money. You better believe if they're working in the villa and they're working that hard every day and they're sweating and they're, awesome like that, no matter if it's a woman or a man, even if it's a woman at the front desk of your residential area, they have a lot of class in their community. They are considered, again, bosses. They are respected, very much respected on a high level. To you, they may be a secretary at the front gate of your Airbnb. But you know what? To us here, they're holding it down. They're making sure not only they are eating with the limit to the income that they're getting, because trust me, they're not getting as much money as you think they may be getting. So your tips to them are really important. But they're not only holding it down for them. Some of them actually do have cars, these women, these men. Some of them have motos. Some of them have children. Some of them have mothers and fathers that they're providing for as well, because there right now at this moment there is no social security for, that's what they call it in America, social security. Look at how I got that word off my tongue just like that, and I just learned that word a little while ago. But old age security, they don't have old age security here. That's what we call it in Canada, old age pension. They don't have that here for the older people yet. I know they will one day, because there's a great president here, Louis Abinader, shouts out, brother, you're doing a very good job. And I'm proud of you. And I'm not even a political person, really, when it comes to, political parties and everything. But you came in and you're doing well. And so was Willie, the mayor of Sosua. There's just a whole turnover of beauty going on, even though we are in a world weirdness. There's still a lot of beauty growing here in the Dominican Republic. So I do want to say that these women and these men that are working in the villas and in the hotels and everything, they are bringing their money home. And again, the reason why they're bosses is because they're sharing the money. Not because they're trying to be the king or the queen of their castle, but because they're growing their family, they're growing their community. Okay, so I just really want to drive that reality home to you guys. Now, if you guys do want to come here and live in the community, you let me know, because I would say if you can handle music, I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood in Toronto, a place called Regent Park. And I was raised with like rock music playing out North Region and reggae playing out of South Region. And we loved it. I learned to love the music, and I can fall asleep to music, and I can fall asleep to the TV. I'm a pretty easygoing person. And not only that, when I first moved here, let me go back a little bit to point two, actually. When I first moved here, I was hearing a lot of noise there. And it concerned me for a second. But I spoke to the guy that lives across over there, the other building, and I said, I keep hearing noise at night, like people fighting and arguing. And he's like, oh, okay, do you want me to say something to them? And I'm like, no, I just want to know, is that normal? And he's like, yes. And I said, okay, I'm good with it then. I just need to know what I need to get used to. Like, does that happen all the time? He's like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Don't say a word to them. Please don't say a word to them, because I don't need them to think that I am difficult and I'm moving here and trying to change the rules of what they do in their own apartment, in a different apartment building where they pay their own rent and at times may not even be able to pay the rent. You see what I'm saying? And then here in this building where we live, all foreigners in this building, you guys saw my apartment a second ago. It's modern. It's nice, Next door, if you go into that apartment, you know what? One day I'm going to ask my friend Wowo if I can look in his apartment. And you know what? I'm going to show you their backyard right now. Just as I'm talking, I'm going to show you the backyard, and it will give you a look at my backyard, my terrace, compared to the terrace, which is just right here. Okay? Just so you get a really good idea. Hold on. Because it's important. Okay, so let's look once again. Here is my yard. Not really my backyard, but there's Playa Sosua right there. Here's my patio area. There's Noche chilling at Ken's feet like always. There's Ken, look at this, right? It's all right. I got my swing over there. I'm chilling. Here's my apartment. Now I'm going to show you guys the neighbor's yard. Oh my gosh. You know what? Cock-a-doodle-doo is dead. Happy birthday! He's dead. He's gone. Oh my gosh, my rooster's gone, guys. I have a favorite rooster next door, and we haven't heard him. Oh no. No, I think they killed him. They must have ate him. Or maybe they sold him. They sold him, right. He's somewhere living really nicely. Right. People need him. He's a rooster. I used to have a rooster here, and he would like, "Happy birthday." He wouldn't be like, "Cock a doodle doo." He just didn't have that. You know, he was hood. He's like, "Happy birthday." And he's gone, but that's okay. I mean, like, that's gonna happen. There's a rooster next door, and I mean, I still hear all the female eggs, and that they have a lot of chickens. The little girl, I mean, the hen had a whole bunch of chicks, and there's a whole bunch of chicks down there, and you can hear every morning when she's actually laying eggs in the chicken coop. There's a chicken coop next door. And that's one thing you're going to have to also enjoy if you move to the hood, that there may be a chicken coop next door. I got so used to it, I didn't even realize it's a chicken coop. I just like, it's their backyard. And so, guys, it is what it is. And I love it here. Okay, so point 4. Culture. The culture here is intact. Okay? Doesn't matter where in the Dominican Republic you are. I'm just going to give you an example. Mother's Day is like Christmas. And everyone celebrates that day so magnificently, passionately, awesomely, fabulously well. Ever in my life did I ever see Mother's Day celebrated the way I do here. Also, another celebration that they have throughout the year, Valentine's Day. They really celebrate Valentine's Day, the day of love. And then also Christmas Eve, Christmas. Oh my gosh. Also, Santa Semana Santa is amazing too. So the culture is intact, and it is the same all around the Dominican Republic. Now, the reason why I appreciate it is maybe for different reasons. I was born in Canada, and I always really prided my country on multiculturalism. I loved being able to go down the street and get some vegetable thali from, the Sri Lankan stores, Sri Lankan restaurants. Vegetable thali is like 4 different vegetables that are really spicy and with rice and everything, or I can go down the street and I can get Thai food or Indian food. Like, just, there's different areas. And so for me, culture was multicultural. When I got here, one culture. And I was like culture shocked, because I was like, well, everyone closes down on lunchtime, right? Yes, most likely. Everyone eats la bandera, the same thing every day at lunch, rice and beans and salad and your choice of meat, which is beef, chicken, or pork. Like, every day is the same thing. Well, guess what? That's me now. Give me my beans and my rice and my salad, and I might take cerdo, which is pork. And I didn't eat any fruit. I mean, all I ate was fruits and vegetables, more or less, before I came here. I would dibble dabble every now and again with meat, but not on a serious level. But here I actually cook it and everything. So they have something here called la bandera. It's amazing. It just means the flag. And you get that at lunchtime, and it's so cultural, and everybody knows what it is. And if you just say to them, la bandera, like, they'll say, what meat do you want? What carne do you want? Because you have a choice, again, between 3 usually. And that's all. You get your rice, you get your beans, you get your salad, you get your meat. And that is culture here. Like, it's just what you're going to get every single restaurant you go to, whether you're on the North Coast, South Coast, does not matter, East or West. You're going to get, if you go into the Dominican restaurants, now, of course, there's other restaurants here, but if you go into the Dominican restaurant, you can always bet your bottom dollars. It's like going into a Chinese restaurant. You're always going to get your chicken chow mein. If they don't have it, you're going to be surprised. You go into a Jamaican restaurant, oxtail, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain staples. Here is the staple of the Dominican Republic. So for those of you who are not well traveled, and you haven't been to Thailand, you haven't been to Jamaica, you haven't been to the Dominican Republic, and you are a multicultural person and you're not used to culture, that's one of the most beautiful things that you are going to get accustomed to here, is the culture. Now, another thing that I love about culture here too is even like at Easter time, the sweet beans, or even family, the way they feed each other and the way they love each other and the way they support each other. And it's just amazing. The culture is all about family and God and being comfortable, not necessarily, everything else in the world, right? And peace. This is the only flag in the world. This is what I've heard now from a Dominican. So you guys can do your own research. But this is the only flag in all the countries of the world that has the Bible in the middle of the flag. Not a religious country, but a spiritual country. Like I have a tattoo here called Dios, Siempre con Dios. I saw that on a banner on a bus when I first got here because I knew Dios meant God. But siempre, I didn't know what siempre meant. And that was one of my first words that I learned. And con means with. Siempre means always. Con means with. Dios means God. So always with God. And I saw that on a bus. And I learned how to read that on a bus banner. And like, how cars and everything have like tint at the top of the window. Well, the tinted words here in the Dominican Republic, with most of the public buses that are ran by the government, have beautiful words like siempre con Dios, or Dios is mi, or Dios primero, like God first, or Dios is mi amor, or amor is Dios, like totally, like it's just so beautiful here. So the culture is filled with peace. The culture is filled with food. The culture is filled with love. The culture is filled with comfort. And when they say to you, relax, calm down, listen to them. Because I had to learn that. And they still tell me that. Trust me, I still haven't learned how to calm down or relax. I'm Canadian and I have my mom's personality. I got to get everything done right away, so I still haven't really learned how to do the whole mañana thing unless I'm dealing with a Dominican and then I'm like, okay, mañana. I have learned that. Like the other day, I was on my swing right here. And I was like, look, Ken, look at my swing. And I'm swinging. And then boom, I fell. Ken's like, are you okay? Like he really needed to see me in a moment of distress again. So he's like, are you okay? And he gets up right away and he comes over to me and I'm like, yeah. I'm good. But I'm going to have to call this guy and get him to put it up. And Ken's like, you better call him and you tell him you want some cement put up there. You want this done. You want that done. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, tomorrow, mañana. And I did. And I was so calm about it. And, the guy came and he fixed it and everything. So there are some things that we do have to get used to and say mañana, which means tomorrow in Spanish. But now we're going to go to a fifth point now. Let's run down the points that we already had. What time is it? As I do have to read some of your comments there. What? I've been going for almost 2 hours? Gee, no. Yes. No. I started at 2 something. Now it's 3 something. Oh, I've been going for over an hour. Oh, right here. It says 1 hour and 13 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm going to get to you in a second to all your questions. But now I want to talk about, this is the last point, but it's not the last video that I'm going to be doing on facts. It's not overpopulated here. It is so, oh my gosh, you are still going to be able to find land. Like in the city here, there's no huge traffic jams. When you're going from Sosua to Cabarete, you would expect there to be a lot of traffic jams because Sosua is one of the main beach towns here in Puerto Plata, and so is Cabarete. But I mean, I can get to Sosua right now, like within 17 minutes from Cheramicos, and on a bike, on a motorbike. And I mean, you can get there in 20 minutes. There's just not a lot of traffic per se. During certain hours, yes. During certain special occasions, yes. And I'm not speaking for Santo Domingo. I'm not speaking for Santiago. Although even still, if you live in Santiago and you are living in Santo Domingo, it's still not overpopulated. Nothing like Thailand, nothing like China. Am I correct?
Right. It's a big ass island. It's a huge. It's a huge
I'm gonna turn the
island.
camera around on you because you know um, a lot more about the Santo Domingo.
Hi, everybody. This
I'm
is
Ken.
I'm Ken. If you don't know who I am, I'm Ken. This is a huge island. They're still building and a bunch of construction going on, and
It's 5 times bigger than Jamaica.
it's 5 times bigger than Jamaica. That's how big this island is. So y there's always room here. There's always going to be space here. They're always going to be building up, and even here in Sosua, they're building up the roads, and you may pass a lot of construction crews and stuff. It, this place is building up, and it's a real pleasure to see. It's a lot of room, a lot of property that you can buy. A lot of people building up apartments and hotels and resorts and stuff like that. And you can even get land, just the land itself, and you can do whatever you want with it. And one of the most beautiful thing about it, by being here, once you buy the land, it's your land. You know,
No property taxes.
no property taxes, and like in America, we got that. So you rent everything in America. That's what I learned.
Right.
They sell you a dream. Hey, get you a house and everything, and then but you pay off the house. But if you don't pay your property taxes, they take the house and the land.
And not the same.
But they don't do that here.
Thank you. Thank you. And I wanted to turn the camera over to Ken because he really does know about Santo Domingo a lot more than I do, and like the population there. But I got to tell you, right here in a beach town, during very like special occasions as well, it's nothing like, and I can only speak for Toronto. For those of you who are from Canada, shout out. A lot of more Canadians and Torontonians are contacting me. But there's a place in Toronto near Barrie called Wasaga Beach. And that place is what, and you guys can Google it. Like just Google Wasaga Beach in the summertime, no matter where you are in the world watching this video, then you'll be able to get a view on what I think is overpopulated. Okay. Because that in the summertime is overpopulated. And that is not the same as here. We can get around in the streets and we say hi to people. I mean, it's great. And that's one of the things I do have to say. So if you are coming to buy property, if you are coming to buy land, and it's a huge island, and again, it's 5.5 times bigger than Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica, and this is not to put Jamaica down, as I could. One love. I can't even tell you how many Jamaicans I know and how I was raised in a Jamaican culture, right? But I've never been to Jamaica. And my dad was a Rasta and everything. My neighbor, El Sadie, God bless you, sweetheart. May you rest in peace. She used to always say to my dad, let me take Cerise to Jamaica. And my dad be like, no, she's not going to Kingston down without me. No, no way. So here I am in the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean, living here and loving it on a huge island where I can just go down the street to a grocery store and buy the hair products like the conditioner that I want. And speaking of hair products, guys, I, am going to be embarking on a brand new business when it comes to my hair. I've been telling you guys about that for a while. My hair is growing. For those of you who have been watching, look at how my hair has been growing and how thick it is and how awesome the curls are. And I usually don't put myself on a pedestal like that, but I did stumble upon a good hair product for dreads, for braids, and for curls. So I will be selling that on Amazon in the next little while, and I will also be selling it here in the Dominican Republic when you come. Now, the solution that I put in my hair, I won't be able to sell on Amazon because I make that here myself. through the different oils, and different herbs, like not herbs, but one herb, which I can let you know a little bit about, vanilla. Vanilla is one of the things, vanilla extract is one of the things that I do put in this solution. And so you could just imagine. And one of the other things is coconut. And you can just imagine how my hair might smell, right? So yeah, when you come here, you want it, whether it's for your dreads, it's not going to corrode your dreads. My dad was a Ras, not just a dreadlock man, he was a Rastafarian. So I do know, like, how to take care of knotty dreads. My dad was a knotty dreadlock man. He didn't go and get them twisted. So, I do know how to take care of dreads and everything. I just want to tell you that that's going to be something I'll be bringing out soon. And I'll keep you guys updated on that, because I know you guys are very curious about that. And anyway, I digress. I just want to say, my 5 points, like, please, those are really good 5 facts. Oh, wait, no. I have one more. Dun, 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 dun. This is probably one of the most interesting ones. Okay. When you go to a bar here, you may notice that the customer service is not the same as it is around the rest of the world. And I figured it out. Why? Because I'm going to give you an example. If you go to a Canadian restaurant, or not restaurant, bars. Restaurants are different than the bars here. If you go to like a local restaurant or a local bar, just something small scale. I'm not talking about something nice where you're going to get a gourmet meal or anything of that nature. Your drink is getting low. It's getting low, and you're waiting for the waitress to notice, and for her to come over and say, hi, can I get you another drink? Because you want to be pampered, right? That's what we're used to in Canada. I can only speak for Canada, but in Canada, when my drink starts to get a little low, I have a waitress at my table within minutes. Can I get you another one? And they're right on it. Here, it's a little different, and that's another cultural thing. I'm going to get deeper with it. Now, when I go to my favorite bars here, and the owner is there, and the owner may be American, German, Italian, or, even Haitian Canadian, or just white, Caucasian Canadian, whatever. When the owner is present in their own bar, the working staff will come up to me and say, can I get you another drink? Right? And I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. When the owner is gone, they don't do that. Why? At first I thought, oh my gosh, the owner's gone, they're not doing their job. No, that's not true. That is not true. That is a negative perception. I had a negative perception. Now that I know the women and I know that who they are, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I've heard it so many times. Right? And one woman told me herself too. She's like, no, Cerise. Like, because I asked her, I'm like, why don't you come over to the table? You see my drink going down low, because this is a female that I'm cool with, right? Like, and she works at one of my favorite bars. And I'm like, listen, when you see me getting down low on my drink, come on over to me. Doesn't matter if it's coffee, doesn't matter if it's water, doesn't matter if it's beer, doesn't matter if it's rum or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Come over to me and ask me, would I like another one? And she's like, I'm so sorry. I know, I just don't want to bother you. I'm like, you're not bothering me. You're giving service to me. That's what I'm here for in the restaurant, in the bar. She's like, yeah, but when you want a refill, you just call me. Just come, but I'm like, no, in Canada, that's not cool. If we go, Benaki, that acts like we're better. Like Benaki means come here, right? If I go, come, I want a drink. That's kind of rude to do in Canada. Is that rude to do in America? If you go, waiter, it's like you're calling over your slave or something, and right?
Signals too. Sometimes people go like this.
Right. Or if I get in Canada, if I do know the woman's busy and like the server's busy or whatever, I'll go. Right. And if I get her attention, I'll be like, and then she goes, okay. And she knows. But here it's a little different. You do have to call the service over, and you might wait a little while for them to come if the place is busy. So my suggestion to you is don't try to change things. at all. I mean, don't go complain to their boss, who may be Canadian or American or German or Italian or French or whatever, like, Russian. Like, don't go complain to their boss, because you're only going to get them in trouble and they're not going to like you afterwards. But they're still amazing workers, so they're still going to hang on to their job. You're not going to get them fired. Chances are you're not going to get them fired unless they're really rude. Okay. And also, chances are they're going to be very kind to you in other ways, right? So you don't want to get them in trouble. You do want to establish with them, like, a point with them. If you find that you're going to the same bar all the time and you love that atmosphere, and you just speak to the waitress, listen, when you see my drink getting low, bring me another one. Don't ask me. Just bring me another one. If you are a person that really loves that type of service. I had an agreement like that with someone before at one of the bars that I went to. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to have a couple of drinks tonight. When you see my glass getting low, it's busy here. Just bring me another one until I ask you for my bill. Period. And they know. And they just bring it, and they're not begging you. One girl, she's like, Cerise, I don't want to do it. When my boss is here, I do it because it's my job. But, I don't want to bother people. And it's the rejection thing, because a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to drink right now. That's how it is too in Canada. Sometimes the waitresses can ask so much that we're like, no, I'll let you know when I want one. You know what I'm saying? Because then it can get sometimes overbearing, right? So that's one thing that you're going to notice here. The customer service is a little different, but it doesn't mean it's because they don't care about their jobs. It just means that they don't want to bother your butt. They don't want to come over to you and be like, do you want this? Do you want that? And beg you and beg you. No, it's actually respect in a different reverse type of way. And I've learned now to be able to connect with a few of the ladies here, or a few of the men that are, waiters. And I'm like, I'm here. And they know, like, I like my wine. And as soon as I walk in, sometimes I don't even need to ask them what I want, because they're like, red wine or Vino Rojo, and I'm like, see, or Vino Tinto, I'm like, see, and I sit down and they bring me my red wine, or, sometimes I'm like, no, I really just want a small cold beer right now. It's hot outside. And they will bring me that coldest beer, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And they get that like one of their beers for maybe their favorite friends, and it's all the way in the back of the freezer. Like, they're not getting it from the front of the bar. They're going to the back of the bar, where there's a little casita, where there's another freezer, and those beers are really, you see what I'm saying? And then that's when the respect comes in.
Help them help you.
Help them help you. Thank you for that, Ken. Help them help you, because they don't want to bother you by pestering you constantly. If you want another drink, want another drink, want another drink. And we don't see that we are trained in North America to be like overconsume things. I want more. I want more. What did you say?
Fire that fucking pigskin.
Right? Fire that pigskin. So that's what we do. We want more and more and more. Overconsumption. And here they're not used to that. So we do have to know how to calm it down a little bit. Think about mañana, tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. God had to tell me that yesterday. I won't lie. The electricity went out for a whole, 7 hours? My fish thawed in the freezer, as I don't have a 24-hour electricity here. I mean, I have 24-hour electricity if the electricity is good, but I don't have an inverter here. So if the electricity goes out, which happens maybe once a month, right? Then that's it. All the food in the fridge goes bad. But I don't buy a lot of food anyway every day. And I went and I got a whole bunch of fish the other day down at the port, like 1,000 pesos, $20 worth of fish. And it was like a huge tuna. So I chopped it up so yesterday the electricity went out, and I just went to sleep for a little while and did a little bit of reading until my cell phone ran out. And then all of a sudden, I'm meditating and boom, the electricity went on. And it's so beautiful because you can hear your neighbors go, yeah! Right? And And it's like, oh my gosh, they're so happy and they're Dominican. And they're happy when the electricity goes back on. So we all need it, you know? And again, I don't want to discourage you guys from coming to Los Charamicos. And some of you right now are like, oh my gosh, the electricity goes out. And I might have just introduced another topic to your brain of worry. Don't worry about that because you can get a little inverter. It's like 24, like most of these places, you can just get one put in and it just runs on some battery until the electricity goes back on. But most times, and it's only in the hood, really. And it's only if you're, whatever.
Go to the beach.
Go to the beach or something. Yeah. Yeah. It's not like the power goes out at nighttime. And if it does, no, the power doesn't go out at nighttime, right? Does it? No.
Not really. Not yet. Not
And when I first got here, it went out on a Tuesday from 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon around every month on a Tuesday, once a month in Albate about 3 years ago. And they don't do that any longer. It's not any longer. But now here in Los Charamicos in the hood, on a Saturday, it seems to go out on a Saturday, and it will go out for a few hours. Yesterday was a really long hour, but we're in the middle of the main drag where cars are coming and going, and our electrical lines sometimes go down really low. And if a bus goes by and hits that electrical line, then all the electricity goes out on the grid.
buildings, other apartments. So they could be cutting off the power for that.
Right, they're building a lot here, so they could be cutting the power off for certain things as well. I want to get to some of these messages right now, but I also just want to take a quick washroom break. So I'm going to hand you over to Ken for a second, and I want Ken to explain to you about being in the hood and the noise that you hear, and how do you deal with it because he has a lot more noise than I do in the front. So here, I'm just going to let him talk about the noise and how he can deal with it.
Hey everybody. Um, it's really not too bad, I deal with it, there's not really much you can do. I try to think about it in a positive way, you know. I look at it as, yeah, there's a lot of noise, but when I'm ready to make noise and turn up and have my music blasting, I can do that with no problem. I don't have to worry about, anybody knocking on my door or calling the police because my music's loud, You just gotta let people live, You gotta let people do their thing, and when you do that, you accept it, and you know they let you do your thing, So it's really not that much of a problem for me, And as a lot of people may know, I've been coming here since 2006, So I see a lot of the progression and stuff like that that's been happening, and I really like what I see. They're really building up around here, and you can see how they're doing certain things to cater to us expats and tourists and stuff like that. So, you know, I have the balcony, and I hear motorcycles going by all the time, and people may be arguing, just normal stuff that may happen, in the neighborhood, and most places don't have a beach in the neighborhood, so kind of got, I lucked out a bit, being in this building, being in this location, 2 minute walk from the Cheramico side of the beach. So, just come here with an open mind, come here with an open heart, and don't close yourself off, don't be boring, mingle with the locals, learn from them, and the more you talk to them, there are a lot of things that you may learn, as far as different places where you want to eat, think no matter how much money you have, it's always a good way to save money. It ain't nothing wrong with that, because when you do that, you can use that extra money and put it in other things that you like to do. So, you know, get here, have an open mind, mingle with the locals. If they turn their music up on Monday, you turn yours up on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So when you ready to party, you can do that with confidence and you enjoy yourself. You know
Yes.
that. Just want to encourage you. There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And speaking about the locals here and everything, guys, I got to tell you that we actually order from the colmados. So let's say you're sitting at home on a Sunday, most colmados stores here deliver. So let me go to Oneki. Oneki delivers here in the Dominican Republic. All right, not in the Dominican Republic, in Los Chirimicos. Um, Hola, yo quiero un. Hold on, guys. I had to press cancel. I'm gonna get some rum right now. So hold your jaws shut for a second. They're probably, she's gonna order rum right on here. It's a Sunday, and we're having a fun day and a barbecue. Hola, yo quiero extra viejo media botil, por favor. I ordered a medium bottle of rum. So, like this is a small bottle of rum. And we're going to have a barbecue, Ken and I. So, of course, we want to have a couple of drinks today. But I just want to say to you guys, you know what? Definitely enjoy your life when you come here, especially if you're coming here as a family. There are a lot more facts that I'm going to be doing, but there are also a lot more messages here that I need to be paying attention to right now. So here we go. Gonna bring you guys a little bit closer with solid extra dry. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. We have Patricia already said hi. Jose. Oh, wait. Patricia said thank you for your tip, Cerise. Enjoy your weather. Mi prima. Oh, gracias. Oh, mi prima. Prima, for those of you guys who don't know, means my cousin. Cuz, what's up, cuz? Patricia, whoever you are, I love you. We have Jose Espinal. Jose, I have a friend here that has the same last name as you. His name's Miguel. Hey, Cerise. In the night, the weather is cool or hot in Sosua? It really depends. It really depends, right? Depends on the breeze. Depends on the weather. It depends on the season. Oh my gosh, it really depends on the season. So, like in the winter time, yeah, I do have to have on a blanket. Not a blanket that I would have in Canada, but sometimes yes, like a comforter, right? Like a comforter or like a duvet or something. Sometimes yes, in the wintertime here. And what I mean by the wintertime is I mean the winter months here. And then which is the winter months in Canada, the same thing. And then summertime here, which is we're embarking upon summertime right now, which is like May, June, July, August. It does get quite hot, but there's always that beautiful tropical breeze that comes off the water or just comes from everywhere, wherever you walk. Sometimes from like coconut trees, palm trees, like all types of different breezes that do come in from obviously also the ports that are here. And Mayor Sosua, oh Mayor Sosua, hello, how are you? I love you, Mikey. You know how many people ask me if you're dead, brah, on WhatsApp? People are like, is Mayor Sosua dead? And I'm like, no, no, he just is fed up with maybe a little bit of the negativity going on, and then maybe you're going to recreate yourself, or maybe you're going to come get a soul coaching session and we're going to video that. What do you think? Not that you need one. Not at all. Okay, Sly. Florida, Florida. I thought that said Florida. Oh, it does. Florida. Florida. Is Florida from Florida? The rapper? Oh, how ingenious was that? Florida. Okay. Don't drive drunk in a low rider. Hold on. Let me see here. Hey, Cerise, in the night. Okay, we already read that one. Oh, yeah, Flow Rider. I didn't even read what his comment said. Hi, how are you? What is the cost of living in 2021? Florida. Florida. Said it like a Dominican. No, the cost of living in 2021 here, I think it really depends on who you are. Again, everything I just said, if you want to go and live in the villa in a residential area in a community that is gated, you're going to pay for that pool. You're going to pay for that hill. You're going to pay for everything. But if you really just want to keep it real and just come live where we are right here in the hood, and you're just across from the water, and you also have private beach and everything you need, then you can also do that, and it's not going to be very much at all. You can couple of $100 for your rent. If it's in this building, then you're going to pay in between expensive and cheap. That's just the way it goes. But right here in the hood, it's a lot cheaper. Right? I think it's anywhere like that around the world. Okay. Patricia, beautiful view series. Thank you. Patricia says, yummy. DMRs, the traveler says, hi, Cerise. How are you? I'm so good. How are you? Rafiki, real talk, brother and sis. Thank you. Tina, wait. Coming in late. Cerise, your apartment is beautiful. Would love to see Sosua sometime. Love watching your lives. Thank you, Tina. Huge hugs, my girl. David Rich, hello, Cerise. Cigar Talk. Yosa. Yuwasa, it says. I wanted to say Yosa. You remember Yosa from back in the day, but it's not Y-O-Z-A. It's Yowasa. Maybe that is short for Yuwasa. Yeah, yo, what's up? Yowasa. Yo, what's up? Okay. Yo, what's up? Not much cigar talk. What's up? We have Raiden Sawyer. Hello, Cerise. Hello. We have Vanessa Mary, lifestyle coach for moms. Aw, greetings from England, Cerise and Ken. Hola. We have England in La Casa. Hola, UK.
Hola.
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 Hola. Oh, can you answer that? And can you also turn off my coffee, please?
Okay.
Do you know how to turn off my stove?
I'll figure it out.
Okay, it's the second one. Turn it to the right. The second knob. Because we have like those electrical, but it's not electrical. We run on propane here. All right, we have Rick Rowe. Rick Rowe. That's almost like Rick Ross. You guys know who Rick Ross is? How's the housing market down there? The housing market down here is like so amazing. I don't even think we're having a low season this year. Like that is so amazing how much we are open here right now. Holy smoly macaroni. Like the housing market is here. It's great. I don't think we're going to have a housing crash the way that they're going to have it in Canada. I do believe in Canada there's going to be a housing, just my intuition and all my research on stuff, they're going to have a housing crash, like a real estate market crash in Canada, because they're selling like $1 million properties. They're selling like really, really small properties for like $1 million. How does that even make sense? After a while, you really got to think of it. And now everyone is selling. Like I had a client the other day sell her condo for $500,000 and she bought it for $100,000 just 2 years ago. How does someone make that much money on a place that they didn't even flip, they didn't do anything to, that much money in just a couple of years? There's going to be a housing market crash. Here, there's only going to be a boom. So those are some things that you do want to keep in mind. And then we have Renewed Passport. Hola, Renewed Passport. Hello, Cerise and Ken from New Jersey. Hola, we got Colin, you know me. Harder. We got Colin Harder in La Casa.
Today media, you said.
3 media.
Today media.
3 media. No, yo no quiero este. Yo quiero media. Grande.
Okay.
Where is he? He's here still?
He's outside.
Oh, I want it like one. Let me tell them right now. Yo no quiero este. Don't open it.
Okay.
Hola, yo no quiero este. Yo quiero medio, por favor. No, no pequeña, por favor. O grande, grande is okay as well. I mean, grande is okay, pero no pequeña, por favor. Sorry, we're gonna have a party today. No, but honestly, like, I really got into this last week, this coffee with rum thing, and I really love it. Okay, let's go here. Let's see what we got going on. Colin Harder. Hello, Colin Harder. Vanessa says, where are the best locations for families in the DR? Please, Cerise. I'm going to get to that because that's a big question. Let me revert back over to that. Angela Isla says, hola, Cereza. Hola, bonita. Hola, linda. Gracias, mi amor. Angela Isla. Hola, Ken. I'll tell Ken that you said hello when he gets back here. But let's just go back to that message right there from Vanessa. And she says, where are the best locations for families in the DR? That is a loaded question, girl. Whew. I got to say, La Mulata, get over here in Sosua. We really want everyone here in Sosua. That's where we want everyone. Or Cabarete or Sabaneta. But if you're a foreigner and you really want to know, you want to be in a beach town and you also want to be around a lot of expats and you also want to be around like a lot of, foreigner restaurants here. Let me get comfortable. A lot of foreigner restaurants and everything like that. Then you do want it to be here in Sosua or Cabarete if it's on the north coast, I would say, or Puerto Plata City. That's what you do want. So now, in regards to families, because a lot of you guys are coming here, and a lot of you guys are families. Hold on one second. I'm like getting comfortable and leaning back. So let me lean back and do the camera like this. So, in regards to families, you guys, I would say La Mulata, Playa Laguna, Callejon de la Loma. Now, Callejon de la Loma is not for the average person. It's only for the person who can actually be in a Dominican neighborhood. Callejon de la Loma is like saying it's like saying Cali John de la Loma. De Loma. I don't know how to say it. It's like saying John Street, right? Kind of thing. And it's in Cabarete. And my gosh, it's amazing. Like, I love it there. I've never lived there myself, but I do rent out a lot of places there to people, and there are amazing places there. There's some in the back. He is coming back with.
Yeah, he's gonna get the big one.
Okay. So there's so much going on there. But when it comes to families, I have to say, if you're looking for a nice home in a good area, something private, not in a gated community, and something that is reasonably priced, you want to look at La Mulata. You really do want to look at La Mulata. And when I say La Mulata, I'm not talking about the condos and Monte Vista. Monte Vista is very nice. They have 2 bedrooms there. They have 1 bedrooms there. They have studios there, I'm pretty sure. It's really nice there. But sometimes I feel that it can be overpriced depending on who you are dealing with, especially if you're dealing with a real estate agent that's renting that place out, or if it's an owner. Like, there's all different things going on. I do have to say this when it comes to real estate here, and I know I'm probably going to take a little bit of a bash from foreigners that come here and do their own thing. I probably am going to take a little bit of a bash here. I don't know. Let me think about it. Do I really want to say this one? I'm joking. It's my platform, and it's the truth.
What you feel?
In Canada, we have this thing called "It's the Truth, Ruth." That's right, in the hood anyway. So yeah, this is the truth. This is what I have observed, and it's not a horrible observation. It's just the truth. So I've noticed that being here, when you come here to rent or when you come here to live or anything like that, you will find that there are 3 levels of type of housing for foreigners. Okay. There's the Dominican level where I live right now. And you guys saw my apartment. It's common. I mean, not common. It's comfortable and it's also modern, right? And I live in a barrio, in a hood. Okay. So as you can hear, Don, I don't know if you heard Don. I actually have an intercom for someone to come upstairs. And not even a lot of villas have that. I have an intercom. Like a lot of villas, you have to actually call the person's phone to say that you're at the front gate or whatever. Here I have like intercom. Okay, so in any case, I'm just going off the rails here because I'm so excited about that feature. But I think overall is there's three levels that I've really noticed here in the hood where you're renting from a Dominican. Now you will get cheaper rent. And a woman said to me the other day, Cerise, oh gosh, I just don't want to big myself up because that's not what this is about. This is truth though. Okay. So a woman contacted me the other day and she's like, Cerise, I was on one of the forums and like on the internet, and she's like, she said that she wanted to get something for $500 a month, and it needs to have a pool, and it needs to have Wi-Fi, and it needs to be close to the beach, and it needs to have all this stuff. And on that forum, people ate her alive. Pretty much, they're like discouraging her. Why? How are you going to get this for that price? And yes, you can get that for 500. You can get a place close to the beach. You can get a place with air conditioning. You can get a place with a nice terrace. You can get a place that's open and a lot of breeze and everything, right? Yes, you can. And she's only looking for a 1-bedroom studio type of thing, right? Of course you can get that, but not all the time because those are gems sometimes, and sometimes you can't get all that. Eh, Gracias. Dinero es aquí. Okay. Oh, can you do me a favor? Okay, can you put some coffee in there for me, please? Okay. And I'll do that. But only...
Half, quarter?
No, like most. Hold on, let me see. Or even just bring the pot out here.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a moment of brilliance right there, guys. Okay, so... Where was I now? Totally forgot where I was just now, guys. I apologize. That's what happens when you get some rum and juice or rum and cafe. And I didn't even yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. But yeah, so this is okay. Let me just go to wherever my brain is taking me right now. So right now, if you want to get the medium, I mean, not the medium of the road, right here, when you deal with Dominicans, right, what happens is the reason why they can give you cheaper rent, right? Like this woman, she was on like the internet, and a lot of foreigners were saying to her, well, good luck, right? They were like, well, good luck if you think you're going to get, let me multitask here. Good luck if you think you're going to get a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom at that price, and she's like, well, Cerise, I watch your videos and I can, and I know that I can get an apartment for lo siento. Oh, you are the most beautiful person in the whole world, probably. So he's like, probably. You might be. He's got a new girlfriend, guys. Secret. Well, he's gone back in the kitchen. He's got a girlfriend. I think I'm going to be an auntie one day. Not now. He didn't get a girlfriend pregnant, guys. Just a girlfriend. Okay, hold on one second. This is called Spanish coffee. You put a little bit of rum and you put a little bit of coffee. Well, no. You put a lot of coffee and a little bit of rum. You heard that one, right? I'm like, you put some rum and a little bit of coffee. No, it's the opposite. Okay, let me just keep pouring off camera. I'm joking. Half joking. Okay. So you have the landlords that are going to rent from you, and they're natural Dominicans. The rent is cheaper. I'm going to explain to you why. Because those Dominicans got the land for free, possibly. It was in their family. And it was land there the whole time. and they built an apartment on it. And because they know a lot of construction workers here and people who own businesses when it comes to cement and bricks and stuff, they can probably get things at a wholesale price. So they build, and then they can create a cheaper rent for you, less expensive rent for you, so to speak. Now, this is where I think I'm going to take a bash from the foreigners, but I'm just, again, keeping it real. Not all foreigners do this, but most of them, they come here. And whether they're from Canada, America, or wherever else from around the world, the UK or, Europe, they sell off their stuff. And they're like, I'm moving to the Dominican Republic for the rest of my life. They sell off their property, or what they do is they sell off everything and they have a couple of bucks in their pocket. They get here and they build. They build their their 6 apartment building and everything, and they're good. They're going to charge you more money every month because you know why? They had to buy that land and they had to build. That land was more expensive than it being handed over to them and family. And not only that, they don't have the connections here that maybe a Dominican might have. And so they had to pay a little bit more for construction and also supplies. So the rent costs go up because you are paying for their cost. Now, it's not that much because I got to tell you, like some places I know are so beautiful. Like there's one guy named John that I know over in El Bate, and he just redid his place and it's so gorgeous, so beautiful, pool and everything clean. And he only charges like 500 a month for a 1 bedroom or studios and stuff like that as well. And beautiful. So it's not like every foreigner is going to charge you at the wazoo, but you do have to expect that if you rent from a Dominican, it can be more reasonably priced, and it also can be a lot easier at the end of the day. Like you can actually even say to them, I don't want your place furnished. Take your furniture out. I want to just bring in my own furniture and stay for a year. Some foreigners, they're like, oh, sorry, you can't stay for a year. Like foreigners that own places, because they have it on Airbnb, and they're like, oh, sorry, you can come for 1 month, but I already have it rented out for 4 months in a month from now. You get what I mean? So you want to come here and you're like, oh, I love that apartment, and you want to stay here for 3 months, but you can't because it's only available for 1 month. Well, it's not the same when it comes to Dominican neighborhoods, because in the neighborhood, it's a lot like what it would be where you're from. If there's an apartment available, it's available, and it's available for long-term lease. Now, that's one thing that I've noticed about the foreigners. They are all on Airbnb, most of them. I'm not going to say all, most of them. I'm like, they are all on Airbnb, most of them. and but a lot of them are on Airbnb, and they are renting out their places by the week, by the month, and not by the year. And they're making good money. Now, a lot of Dominicans, they don't rent their places out on Airbnb. When you rent a place here in barrio, when you rent a place here in the hood and the barrio, they're not on Airbnb. They have a sign out in front of their apartment that says for rent. The same way it would be if you're walking down the street in Canada, right? They may not advertise in the newspaper saying that they have an apartment for rent. You walk down the street and you have to beat the concrete, and that's where you find the good deals. It's no different. Same thing here. A lot of Dominicans are not advertising their apartments or their houses online at all. They don't have to, because they have foreigners like myself and like Ken coming through the neighborhood. And it's not actually that easy either, because a lot of the people here in the hood will look at you like, what do you want? You have to have some type of a person that does bring you in, like kind of break you in and introduce you to something. Like I had to have that here, and then that was it. Now I'm just Ruby out here. Now I'm just Cerise in the hood. We're making Chetamicos great again. That was our thing with me and a lot of the people that live here. Let's make Chetamicos great again, because where I live, it was the first El Bate. This is where the first police station was. This is where the first casino was. This is where the first nightclubs were. This is where everything was a few years ago. And then all of a sudden it moved across the water over on the other side of the beach. And now it's called El Bate, the main place. But I'm like, no. we're going to make Los Chiramigos great again. So you guys help me do that because we're just across the water. Look at my video yesterday that I put up. I can't tell you enough to look at my video yesterday that I put up about neighborhoods, Dominican neighborhood versus gated community. And the reason why I did it was to show you where I live outside. Now that you guys have looked at my apartment on the inside here, now look at the video yesterday and you'll see I just took the video right outside my apartment. I started outside of my apartment, down the street a little bit more, not right outside my apartment because, some of you guys, I don't want you knocking on my gates. I'm half joking, but because some of y'all will come and knock on my gates and be like, "Hi, Cerise, so I've been watching your videos," and I'll be like, "Oh, well, hello, I'm a little busy right now," which has happened before, but not from a viewer.
All the way from Niagara Falls to come see you.
Niagara Falls, Canada. That was a good one. Ken said, I came all the way from Niagara Falls to visit you. Niagara Falls, Canada, because there is Niagara Falls, Buffalo. But I got to tell you guys that this is what you're coming to live for. Like I know I made this video about 5 facts, and those are just fun facts, but don't try to change the hood when you come. Just be in Rome and love it for what it is. The music. If you find that the motor conchos out front are a little noisy, then just soundproof your doors. That's it. You can't even imagine how safe it is here if you just soundproof your doors and it's just the noise you're running from. Just tell your landlord you want it soundproof and you're going to be there for a year. Your landlord will be like, really? You're going to be here for a whole year? All right, I'll soundproof it for you. Because they know that not a lot of gringos or gringas enjoy the noise of the motor conchos. The motor conchos, for those of you who don't know, are motorbikes. And those are people who use their motorbikes as a taxi service. So there is a lot of motor noise going up and down the streets because obviously we use a lot of taxis, right? And a lot of taxi service is the motor concho. It's the easiest way. I don't travel any other way. I do not travel any other way unless it's on foot, on motorbike or on foot. That is it. And I know before I got here, even when I was on the plane, a few people told me don't ever trust the motor conchos. Don't trust the motor conchos. I even dated a motor concho and I love them. Like the motor conchos for me are the most reliable people here. So don't believe the hype. Right. I know I sound like, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. What's that? Public enemy number 1? Public enemy number 1. One. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Believe what I'm saying to you. Trust me. There are some motor conchos that are deceitful, and you're going to find them all working in the nighttime, but there's nothing open at night now. But there's motor conchos. Like, for instance, I have one motor concho, and he's a pastor, and he owns his own channel. Not his own channel, sorry. He has on every Sunday he preaches. But during the week, his name's Raphael. Shouts out Raphael. But during the week, he's a motor concho driver, like a taxi driver, but he uses his moto. My gosh, I can't even tell you guys. You can get around here. You can do what you got to do. Just don't come and try to change the wheel, please. Just come here and enjoy it. Now, if you don't want to live in the hood, and if you do want to live in a villa, and you do want to pamper yourself, and you do want to live in a gated community, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You will find a lot of people that are beautiful. But again, number 1, do not treat the service there or the staff there like they are your slaves, because they're not. They're actually my family here in the hood. So don't do that. Just treat them like they're your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, everything. Treat them like they are your family. And you know what? They may even one day invite you to the river. And one day you may feel comfortable enough. Give me a shout. If you are invited to anywhere outside of the compound of where you want to go and you're a little bit nervous, give me a shout, because, I can speak to the person, especially if you don't speak Spanish. Because when I started to go out to all these rivers and everything like that, I didn't even know anyone. I was going with Dominicans and I was going alone. alone as a woman with not even one family member and everything, and only knew hola and mañana and un, dos, tres. And that was it. But I didn't have anyone to contact, and I just went with the power of God and with my own faith. And that's how I can say to you that it is good. But not everyone is good everywhere around the world. So I'm not going to say that everyone is perfect here, even though we do have happy people here. Happy people. We do. But at the end of the day, if you are questioning anything, give me a shout and you can tell me where you're going and with who, even if you're just doing a check-in. Even if you're in Santo Domingo and you're just like, hey, Cerise, you know what? Someone invited me somewhere. I know you don't know me, but this is my name and this is where I'm going and this is who I'm going to be with and this is their photo, just in case anything happens to me. Send it to me. I am here. I will definitely, if anything happens to you, I will do a video about you. Like 100%. And if you know me, you know I'm going to do that. And I will make sure you are found. And if you are not found, I will make sure that there's something out there about you. Okay, so don't worry. You know what? I encourage all my friends here as well. I'm supposed to cook for one of my friends right here. I'm so sorry. All I'm doing is feeding you alcohol. You're good. I know you're good. But one thing I can say here as well, a few months ago, before Mac from Mac Radio died, Mac, rest in peace, who McKay Mansion, he had McKay Mansion here in Puerto Plata. He and I mean a bunch of our friends, not a bunch of our friends, but a few of our friends died. And he came up with an idea of, hey, we're all on WhatsApp together. We all have these groups on WhatsApp together. We all meet each other up at all these other beaches and everything. How come we don't have a database saying who's who? But that's because a lot of foreigners don't like to keep records of where they're coming and going because they're private, especially if they're, excuse me, got a little bit of hiccup there. Especially if you're a vet. A lot of vets, they don't want to be bothered with documents and records, and they're just here because they've already been through Desert Storm. They already been through, what was that other one in America?
Rocky Freedom.
Desert Storm, Iraqi, whatever. You guys are just like, yo, I don't need anyone knowing my business. I don't even want anyone knowing I'm here. And you guys don't want to be part of a database, but you know what? You still have contacted me and you're like, Cerise, I don't want anyone to know I'm here, but I'm giving you my number. This is my cousin's number. This is my mother's number. This is my brother's number. And you guys do that. You guys give me all your information. And then you know what? When you do pass on, and I have lost a lot of people here since I've been here because a lot of people come here to retire. And so that means a lot of people are older. So I have encountered a lot of older people dying, and I do contact the families, and it's my pleasure to do that. So if you are an older person and you are coming here, or if you're a younger person and you need someone you just need to let someone know where you're going and who you're going to be with, let me know. Send me photos, send me your texts, and I got you. Don't worry. You go missing, I don't hear from you by the next day, 2 days later, I message you on WhatsApp and you're not there, then I am going to call the police here, and I have a few police officer friends that will check into it, and very seriously. So don't believe all the stories that you've heard about police officers here that just try to do this or just try to do that. Like, I have police officers here that are like looking out for me and I don't even know it. Dun, 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 dun. You know, that's it. Don't be scared. Scared. You got to do it with the attitude. But honestly, guys, like, like don't be discouraged. Don't feel within your soul or within your heart that you're alone. You're not. I came here alone. I didn't know a soul before I came on my first trip at all. And I didn't even know someone. It's not like I went on Tinder or on, whatever those groups are and found man and he's like, come see me. It wasn't even like that. I came here to edit my book and I'm still doing that.
Ended up saying.
I'm doing some consultations for you guys. So guys, I love you so much. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to look at a couple of these messages and then we're going to head out. Because my coffee's almost finished and all my points have been spoken about, but I do want to make sure that I answer all your questions. So we have Vanessa, where's the best location? Okay, hola Cerise, okay, hola Ken, Thank you, Cerise. I'm studying Spanish hard and doing well. We would like to be around expats if possible. I'll take a look at your suggestions. You have a lovely apartment. Thank you, sweetheart Vanessa. I'm going to get into that right now, what you just said. DMR, the traveler, I'm going to call you sometime this week. All right, DMR, 829-702-7726. Okay, so being around the expats when you first come here, there's nothing wrong with that. I did that myself, like because I didn't know anyone when I came here, and I didn't even know there were beautiful apartments like this. I thought it was just a third world country. And I just thought only Airbnbs had beautiful apartments. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I ever mistaken. So when I first came here, I stayed in an Airbnb. And because of my misconception and my ignorance, I moved to the countryside. And if you guys look at those videos, you'll see that I had cockroaches this big, and I had a donkey outside, and I had everything. I even had all kinds of bugs I can't even name right now. I'm never seen again. Here. Oh, thank goodness, everyone. Elvis has just entered the building. Like, straight up. They were stepping all over my blue suede shoes. Straight up. I was like, where are these bugs coming from? I was scared. Scared. I really was. And you know what? Now it's like, what? What? I was so like 1960s when I came here. I didn't realize that there was like a lot of better options. So if you want to be around the expats, you don't have to go into a gated community to do that at all. You can go to El Bate, 2 words, okay? Even if you don't want to contact me for my services, I'm not doing these videos just for that. I'm doing these videos for your information as well, so you can do the research on your own, okay? So if you do want to contact me, you can. My number will be in the description, and I just said it and everything, no problem. But if you're a person who just wants to come here, El Bate, I'm going to spell it for you right now. It's 2 words. E-L space Batey. That is the center of Sosua, and it is also very close to the Puerto Plata airport here in the Dominican Republic, North Coast, okay? I just want to let you know that you don't need anyone's help. From when you arrive right here in Sosua, you don't need to call me. You don't need to call anyone. Nobody. It's like getting off a bus in America or Canada. And I have been in America before, so I can speak about this because I have been on the train. We've gone to Grand Central Station. I'm going to digress for 1 second because I just want to tell you, Americans, you guys did my mother wrong. Yes. So we get off
Tell them where.
Grand Central Station
In what state?
in New York. So this is what happened, New Yorkers. My mother and me and my 2 little sisters, Darla and Autumn. My mom decides that she's going to take us during March break all the way to Florida on a train. She's like, from Toronto to Florida, we're going to go to Disney World. I was 13 at the time. I'm 6 years older than one sister, and I am 8 years older than the other sister. So here we go. We get out of Grand Central Station. My mom was a photographer and all about the videos, just like I am. And she starts taking photos of some guy's feet that's all laid up in Grand Central Station, a brother. And he's like, oh, hello there, beautiful woman. She's like, hi, can I take a picture of your feet? We'd never seen anything like that in Toronto, right? And she's like, and he started to shake his feet. Oh my gosh, you should have seen the crud and the dryness and everything on his feet. And he twisted his little toes like they were gold. And he's like, sure, you can take a picture of my feet, sweetheart. And she gave him a couple of bucks for that. And then we kept on walking. We went out near the taxi cabs. So now we're out near the taxi cabs and we can't find a taxi cab. There's like all these yellow cars and it was just crazy. It was nothing like Toronto. It was like so wow. And even me, I was just like, whoa, I didn't know what my mom was going to do because she was just the savior of always, right? The world savior of everything. She's Mother Teresa, my mother. So I thought, okay, for sure, she's going to get a taxi. She wasn't able to do it. She's like, and people were just busting in front of her, but we're Canadian, so we're like, okay, it's okay, you can go, right? And my mom's just like, and we had to go to the Aberdeen Hotel. There was a hotel called the Aberdeen or something like that in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, right? So we finally get this guy that comes up to us, and he comes over to my mom, and he's like, "Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Oh my gosh, come on in. You want to buy a chain?" And he holds up all these chains. I don't even know where they came from. And like, he's like, "They're 10 karat gold. Look, 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 look at the clasp. Look at the clasp." And my mom's like, well, I'm not really looking for a chain. Well, how much are they? Because, of course, 10 karat gold, and we're Canadian. We didn't have that flex yet back in the day where you take the 10 karat gold clasp and put it on a fake chain that's not even real gold. And that's what he did. And he started showing it to my mom. That's some New York style we still don't have in Canada. And that was a hustle and a half. And he said to my mom, here, you want to buy a chain? You want to buy a chain? And she's like, well, I don't know, and she really did want the chain because I'm just like my mom. She likes her gold and her jewelry and everything like that. She's like, well, I don't know. He's like, listen. And she looks at him and she's like, I'm trying to find a cab for my kids. And he's like, I'm going to find you a cab. And you just take this chain in your hand, you hold it in your hand, you look at it, you check it out, and you tell me if it's something you want to buy, and I'll be right back. And she looks at me, and I'm 13. And she looks at me, and she's like, Cerise, look, the guy just left the gold chain right here with me. And I'm like, well, buy it. How much is it? And she's like, well, I don't know. It says 10 karat gold on it. And we're looking. And the chain was the exact same color as the latch. And we're like, well, if it says 10 karat gold, it's probably 10 karat gold. Like, buy it from him. Let's get a cab and go to the hotel. Right? And she's like, okay. So we did that. We get back to the hotel. She bought 3 chains. One for her, one for me, and one for my sister. And then she puts mine on me. And of course, I'm one of those people, I can't wear anything that's not gold or real metal. Anything that has a coating, I can't wear it in my ears. I can't wear it on me. I break out immediately. Right away, the chain started to turn green. My younger sister's like that too. The chain started to turn green and it started to break my neck out, all these little bumps right here. And then, of course, the latch stayed gold. But I'm like, well, at least you paid for a real gold latch for a really good price, and we got a cab in Grand Central Station. And he did get our cab for us, as he was like, hold on. He stopped all the traffic. He stopped everything in Grand Central Station and made us feel like queens. And he said, they're taking this cab. And my mom was like, that's right. She paid $25 for 3 gold chains. And I was only 13 at the time, and now I'm 49. You couldn't buy 3 gold chains back then at that time for 25 bucks. Come on. But one thing my mom kept saying was it was worth it. So that's my memory there. Oh my gosh. And my other memory is when I was with my son. You remember when the guy's like, I'm on my period. And he's like, that's okay. We got Burger King right here. Go upstairs, get yourself some napkins, and come on back down, buy some Drake music. Oh, guys, that was comical. That's a whole other video you guys need to watch. But I just wanted to say to you, I'm feeling really good now. Obviously, my phone is too, because it's not giving out, and I've been here for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Now I'm going to go cook for my good friend here. Going to cook some fish and some vegetables. And my gosh, drink some rum, and we are going to have a really good Sunday.
Turn up.
I'm going to turn up. Oh, look, I can read some of these messages. One says, oh, wait. I think I read everyone. Hello, Cerise. I think I read everyone. I did. No, I didn't. I'm going to call you. Oh, here we go. We have QB. And finest, I think it says, without my glasses on. QB finest. It says, haha. And then again, Cerise, did you get snatched yet? And DR, I don't think you need it. Just curious. Cerise, did you get snatched yet? I know what that means, but he said, I don't think so, but not that you need it. That doesn't make sense. Did I get snatched? That's one question I can answer you in 2 minutes. But not that I need. Well, everyone needs a little loving. I'm joking now.
That's a true statement. Everybody needs some love. Everybody.
Everyone needs a little loving. And no, I have not got snatched up. Oh, 3 times I have here in the 3 years that I've been here. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm having a 3-year anniversary, July 16th. And I asked my mother to be a part of it. And she's not going to be able to be here during it because my stepdad, he had a little bit of health problems and stuff like that. But that's just a whole other story that I don't really want to get into right now because he's doing good. And we did a lot of prayers for him on Facebook and everything like that. But my mom has not really been part of any of my videos in the whole 3 years that I've been here, or any of my sisters or my children, because I keep all that kind of quiet. And I don't really brag about all that. But I do have a amazing family, and I really did have a really an amazing childhood, and just amazing people in my life that raised me, and it's so wonderful. And I do want to introduce you guys all to them and share them with you. I think I'm ready to do that. So
They come to visit.
my mom might come to visit me. She might.
After that video we sent her, she's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that video we sent her? Dancing.
What video?
The video we were on the beach.
Oh, when we were on the beach, yes. I got a friend. What was that song? I got a friend for you. My mom just needs a little bit more encouragement. She's not someone to go around and travel outside of Canada. But she well, gee, he's traveling. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's a little handsome guy down there. Oh gosh, I love Dominican men.
Coming back from the beach.
And American men too. I really have a new understanding of Dominican American men. Holy smoly macaroni, do I ever love American men now? Because there's so many American men here. But don't worry, Canadian men. I remember you. And I'm here. None of you were able to keep me there. Gosh, it's just a different culture.
Roll the dice.
Canadian women you want in your life for your lifetime. Like you really do want to. Everyone needs to get with a Canadian woman. We have a lot in common with Dominican women. We do. Like we're humble. No. Oh, wait. Hold on. If you are an American woman and you're watching this, I love you. It's just I haven't really met a lot of American women here. They're still coming down. They're still making their way. And some of them are coming with men. So that's where I'm like, well, stay with your man over in your villa. Don't come to the hood. As I'm joking. I'm joking again. Kind of. Am I joking? No, I'm not. Am I joking or not? No, I'm not. Because I don't hang around women and their men. That's why I'm doing that whole Mamacita retreat. I'm like, don't bring your man. I'm not interested in meeting him. If you're a married woman, I don't even want to deal with you because we need to go out and have a good time without your man dragging our asses down. Until I get a man. All of a sudden, in a year from now, I'll be married and I'll be like, what? Mamacita who? Oh, I got to hire someone to do those retreats. True or not? True story. Oh, I'm joking. Okay, anyway, guys, I'm just having too much fun with y'all right now. There's no such thing as too much fun. Having a lot of fun. But I know my friend over there, he's like, there's only so much rum I can drink, Cerise, before I get drunk, and I really want that fish. And the tuna that I'm making today, you've never tried before. No, I'm sorry, you've tried before. Why don't you talk to everyone? Because the battery is not running out yet. Actually, it doesn't even say anything about my battery. Hold on. You guys, on Sundays, I just keep it rolling until I do have a little bit of a battery left. Not much. But I'm going to start up the barbecue as Ken talks to you guys about what I was just saying.
Tuna?
Yep. Tuna. So we got some tuna, like straight from the port. Big tuna. big pieces. And I'm going to start up the barbecue as Ken talks about that.
Hey everybody, it's me again. So, Miss Cerise told me that she was going to cook a little bit today, some fish, and I like fish every now and then. Most of the time, I'm more of a turkey, chicken, and steak person, so I want to be a lot more healthier. So, I need to start eating much more leaner than I normally eat. So,
Did you just tell them what I told you?
I told them that I do need to eat more leaner, and it's good for me to do that. So I need to start doing that. So I have a high appreciation for Miss Cerise and her cooking the fish today, and you know I haven't had tuna as much. I like tilapia, and flounder and salmon and stuff like that. I've had those, every now and then, but I didn't realize how good tuna really is. And, while I was growing up, my father would always try to give me like tuna. And for some reason, I just couldn't eat it. I didn't like it. Everyone else ate it. And, the older I got, and now my taste has changed. I have a newfound appreciation and respect for tuna, especially how Miss Cerise cooks it. The last time she hooked it up and gave me something, and man, I'm hooked now. Uh, I'm like, I can't wait to have some of that tuna today, but just another day here, in paradise, another day in paradise, and just enjoying ourselves, and any way we can, help anybody out there, see the light, or have a better understanding of what you guys are going to get into when you come here, so we haven't been like, we didn't just come here, we have years here, and we built connections with certain people and certain businesses, corporations, and institutions here, so everything that Miss Cerise is telling you about is official, and I only deal with official people, and you want to do that, wherever you go, and you want to know that you have the proper information, and you want to feel comfortable about where you're going, with that information and that knowledge, and overall it's just going to give you a whole better experience, when you do get here, so it's a beautiful thing, we're all blessed to be here, and it takes planning. It takes planning.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it does take planning, and for one, I'm an example of planning. I planned. I've always been a planner, and because of planning and working hard, investing, I'm able to be here, as long as I want, which is a beautiful thing, and I'm pretty and I'm pretty sure that you guys are putting yourselves in that position to come here, stay here, be here, live here, grow here as long as you want. I'm being real animated about it, but
You have to.
you have to.
Because that's exactly what it's about.
It is what it is. It's either you're back home in your country working hard, or you're here with your feet up
Working smart.
working smart. So here we go.
And talking about working hard or working smart, I'm going to show you guys how my barbecue is working right now. And then I'm going to say bye. Holy smoly macaroni. I can't believe we lasted for like 2 hours and 28 minutes on my battery. You guys know You guys know. Come on, DR, David Rich, who
You got a
I
bunch of
love.
new messages too. They were popping
Oh,
up.
I have a bunch of new messages too. Okay.
They were popping up.
Well, I just want to show you guys what it looks like right now on the barbecue because when you guys come here, I can get you a secondhand barbecue. This is a secondhand barbecue right here, guys. That's my say. That's my cleaning supplies and my flip flops. Like you guys are getting to know the Cerise. Those are my flip flops, and every day I come out and I wash my balcony. Like that's vinegar right there. It's not vinegar. It's cleaning supplies, and it's a whole story. But I clean my balcony every day because I really like it. All right, so here's what we got right now, guys. This tuna. Oh, hold on one second. Let's go get a utensil. There we go. Dominican Republic, guys. We're not on vacation, we live here. Look at this. Whoops. Hold on, hold on. Got some broccoli. Whoops. Hold on. I'm going to hold the camera better. I apologize about that. So we have some broccoli, we have some tomato, and we have some onions, and we also have garlic. And it has all kinds of seasonings on it, so you can just imagine how good that smells. Let's just pack that up a little bit like that. Leave it a little open. And look at the fish. This is tuna, and it's already cooking nicely. Just don't want it to stick. You can see some garlic there. I seasoned it with some garlic on top. Look at that. Already cooking nicely. Has some tomato on the bottom there. Look at that. So, this is really great. I bought this barbecue second hand for $100. Look at it. Here in the hood. Right? I'm like, here in the hood. I got my bucket there, my mop there. Actually, this is soil for my lettuce and everything. And I have my thing. And look, guys, I have lettuce growing. Pretty soon, and this right here is not really growing that much. What I did was I cut off the romaine lettuce and I just used the bottom of it and I planted it. This one is actually growing, as you can see. Look. This one hasn't grown much, but that's okay, because at least one is. Right here I have a banana one, and I have some beans, some peppers. So we're gonna let this cook for a little while. And I gotta say to you guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for everything. Maybe you guys will come by. Ken, hola.
Thanks for stopping by.
Maybe one day you guys will come swing on the swing with me and also meditate with me. Wouldn't that be great? Oh my gosh. Here, let me turn the camera around and go on my swing. Now I'm a little nervous because what happened when I was on it before, it fell. He's like, uh-oh, he's getting up. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Like, I literally fell. This was... Whoa. Okay, here we go. Whew. Oh, really? You gonna video me? Okay, there.
How many people can say they have a swing on their terrace?
In the Dominican Republic. Uh-oh. I'm joking, guys. It's not gonna break again. The guy came back and he fixed it perfectly
Did it
for
the
us.
right way.
In the right way. There we go. The guy fixed it in the right way. So I'm only playing with you. But that's what we're doing right now. The Dominican Republic. Now that I started up the barbecue, I'm gonna let Ken focus on the fish. Do you know how to barbecue?
Yeah, but
I bet. I bet.
Yeah, I know how to barbecue.
I bet.
Ain't much I don't know how to do.
Oh, there's not much he don't know how to do, he said. Ken said, I know how to do everything. Hold on. I just want to look at these last few messages before we go. Guys, oh my gosh, it just said battery power 14%. Wow. You know what? I really do need to do my Sosua Sundays from my terrace from now on. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, wow, there are a lot of messages here. Oh, wow, Ken. You have a lot of people loving you. Okay, enjoy your meal. Oh, wait. We have all kinds of messages. Ken, there's a lot of ladies messaging you here. You guys are not going to like to hear that he is a woman. Mm. A brand new woman. And I like her. And I introduced them. Wait. Let's take some accolades. Pat myself on the back. And then when they're not working, I'll be like, who introduced you? I'm joking.
It all worked out.
It all worked out. They are going to work out because she's beautiful for him and he's beautiful for her. Like, it's just a beautiful reunion of love. Okay. Let me see here. We have QB finest. Now, does QB stand for quarterback?
Queensbridge.
Oh, Queensbridge.
That's a place in New York. In Queens. Queens is one of the 5 boroughs in the inner city.
What are the 5 boroughs? Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island,
and
Bronx. I've been in Manhattan before. And I've been in Syracuse, New York.
That's upstate New York.
That's upstate New York.
So in the inner city, it's about 9 million people, and then spread out the state of New York.
Okay.
More spread out.
Does it smell really good?
Yes.
Right now. Come for a barbecue at Cerise's Casa. Cerise's Casa. I'm joking. Here we go. $10.99. American. Oh, no. Actually, no, I really don't want anyone here. So if you really do want to come here, it's going to be $100 a meal. It's going to be worth my fancy here in the hood.
Bring a unicorn.
Bring a unicorn with you, please. It has to have a whole bunch of rainbows in its hair. All right, so we have QB's finest, Queensbridge finest with a whole bunch of hearts in the eyes. And then we have Queensbridge finest say ha ha ha. Then we have Queensbridge finest say snatched, as in cosmetic amour. Queensbridge, are you a guy or a girl? Because you sound like you got some flashiness going on. We have Vanessa laughing. And then we have Vanessa. She says, enjoy your meal. Sounds lovely. Then we have Genevieve. Oh, Genevieve. She says, hi, a French Canadian. I was just about to say, Genevieve sounds French. And here she says, I'm a French Canadian. Genevieve, mi amor. Oh. She says, hi, from a French Canadian woman in Laval. Oh, girl, you better get here. Get here when you can. Then we have Queens Bridge Finest again that says haha. Then we have I will make you rich. Says Ken. Look like he a mean barbecue sauce. Chef Ken. Here we go.
I do a little something. Something.
Meanwhile, back on the ranch, Cerise does all the cooking in this friendship. No, I'm joking. Ken cooked breakfast for me before, and Ken made me, what do we call those? Bomb sandwiches.
Bomb sandwich. Yeah.
Ken has this thing. He makes bomb sandwiches.
It's only a sandwich that I can make.
And it's the only sandwich he can make. And it comes with like ham and what, mustard and mayonnaise or what?
Majority turkey.
Turkey. So he makes the bomb sandwiches, and he made a bomb sandwich for me before. So now every sandwich I make, I just call it a bomb sandwich because every sandwich I make is a bomb. I can make the bomb, whatever. They put you to sleep. All these bomb sandwiches. All right, and then we have I will make you rich, said Chef Ken. Then we have Queensbridge Finest again. Have Cerise whip up some gator for you. Some gator. Well, I can do that if I learn from my New Orleans family.
He's making jokes because of my jersey. He's a gator.
Oh, gator. I thought he was trying to get New Orleans on me, like some Creole stuff. I'm like, well, we're going to have Fat Tuesday next week. All right. And then we have Vanessa. I love fresh tuna. Ken. She said, Ken, I love fresh tuna. Ken. Ken. Ken got nothing to do with it. Veronica. Becky with the nice hair. I'm joking, Vanessa. He's my buddy. But I'm the one that bought the tuna, and I'm the one that seasoned it. And Ken don't even know how to cook. That's a secret. Oh, look at that sexy old security guard walking down. Guys and gated communities, you ladies.
He got a bald head. You just think he's sexy.
He got a bald head, but bald heads are nice because I like the Captain Jean-Luc Picards from the SS Enterprise. Was it the SS Enterprise? No, the SS Enterprise is not. Jean-Luc Picard and Worf, all them guys are from the SSS Enterprise? No. Where are they from? No. The SS Enterprise, yeah. There's Deep Space Nine, but that's not the SS Enterprise.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't remember. I used to be a Trekkie. Okay, so now we have QB, QB Vinus. Quarterback. I just keep calling you quarterback. Are you speaking code, Ken? Haha. Yona Fields. Haha. Hey, Yona. GB Finest says, Cuidado con lo que dices. Be careful with what I say. Haha. Vanessa says, yes, Ken, planning and preparation is the key and looking forward to connecting with Cerise. OB Finest said, nice pad, Cerise. Thank you, OB. Vanessa, yes. David Rich, that food looks so good. Well, David, I am waiting for you, brother. You only live in Cabarete. You got to get over here, baby. David Rich, I think I'll make some fish today, too. Awesome. Vanessa says, have fun. Ronnie, too. Harry says, looks great. LJ, Lenny La Casa says, hola, Cerise. And then we have Vanessa that says, ha, 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 again. Guys, I got to tell you, my battery lasted this long, and I really actually do want to take this moment to say thank you. Oh, look, she thinks that's Hero barking. You see how she, yeah, a little Chihuahua bark. They all sound the same. All those Chihuahuas, they're problems. Don't ever buy a Chihuahua. Ever in your life. I'm joking. I'm so joking. They're amazing dogs. They're so loyal and so loving and so beautiful. And yeah, always. I love it. So now we're going to cook. We're going to get to eating. Those were my points today. I went off afterwards, but still get the 5 points. And those 5 points actually are amazing because they're things that you really do need to know. Being here in the north coast of the Dominican Republic, south coast or west coast. Let's go through those 5 points right now. So we have, if you are a tourist coming here, what you need to look at and what you need to respect. What was the second point, Ken?
You got me right there.
Tourism. Like beaches, and if you want to come here with your children, where you can live, and also homeschooling. And then we have point 3.
Be respectful.
Be respectful of where you are, because you never know who the boss is that's working in your villa. And what was number 4? Customer service. You want to make sure that you don't get upset at the customer service here. They don't want to beg you for service. They just want to respect you. And sometimes they don't want rejection either, because if they go to you and they're like, "Would you like a drink?" and they think that's the moment you want it, and you say, "No, not right now. I'll let you know in 5 minutes." Then they feel upset and they're like, "I'm sorry that I bothered you." So make sure you establish a friendship with the customer service people that you're dealing with here. Have a friendship with them and say, "Hi, I would," and when they come up to you and they say to you, "Hello, how are you doing tonight?" You say, "I would like a Vino Rojo or Vino Tinto or whatever, like red wine." But you tell that worker, when it gets low, I don't want to call you. Can you please look on me and come over and you know, bring me a drink or ask me, and then help them help you. Perfect. And you know what, and then give them a tip for that at the end of the night, or say thank you to them even. And then the fifth one is culture here, right? Living the culture. Everything is cultural here. It's one culture. It's not multicultural. Although in the expat neighborhood it is multicultural, but when you come in the barrios, no, it's one culture, and we're good doing that, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to let you guys go now. I love you. You're all so awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Wow, 2 hours. I need some of that balcony in my life, David Rich says. Ah, I love you. I love you. Mwah. I love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Be well.
Be well. God bless you. Huge hugs, loads of love. Smash that like button. Smash it, smash it, smash, 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 and smash. And make sure if you have, a moment, subscribe if you like. I would really appreciate that. Take care, everyone.
Godspeed.
Mwah. What did you say?
Godspeed.
Godspeed. Godspeed. And your healing, Godspeed, wherever you're going, and your success, anything you're doing in your life. May God bless you.